Ladies and gentlemen, episode 224 is upon us. I am sitting by myself with an XL t-shirt on, dude, trying to look fucking jacked for all of you today. What is this color? Seafoam green? 100% seafoam green. You can see my nipples are popping out of the shirt there. That's just kind of what we got going on a little bit, though. But you can get these nice little pieces at store.barstool.com. Am I correct in saying that? Store.barstool.com. I'm getting better and better every single time I try to say that. Thank God Will has just really pumped that into my brains. Before we talk about our merch anymore, I want to talk to you about something very near and dear to my heart and the boys in the back heart, and that is the Chevy Silverado. You know, we're truck guys through and through, and the Chevy Silverado has been a partner with unstoppable grit and determination. It's been our MVT, our most valuable truck. And now the first ever all-electric Silverado joins the franchise. We got a chance to see this thing and experience it. It is a game changer. Available 400-mile range GM estimated on a full charge. Over 10 feet of length in the bed with the multi-flex tailgate combined with the multi-flex midgate, large 17-inch diagonal display screen. It can tow up to 10,000 pounds of max towing, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds with wow mode, up to an impressive 785 foot-pounds of torque. Torque means, Jack?
How fast you get off the line.
How fast you can get off, boys. All right? Head over to Chevy.com to learn more. Now, because this is a Lewan podcast and I can kind of talk about whatever I want, the first thing I want to step into today is the dream I had last night. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced dreams where even you don't know what the fuck's going on, but for whatever reason, your subconscious has like a plot against you. That's what I experienced last night. For whatever reason, I'm back in 8th grade. And the teacher hands me a book. I don't remember exactly what the book said, but it actually startled me awake. And it's so weird that it startled me awake because it wasn't even scary. And as I finish this story, you guys will know because it wasn't fucking scary at all. But they hand me a book and all the kids start laughing. It's a red book with has white print on it. I don't understand it. And one kid stands up and he's like, tells the teacher, hey, you can't give him that book, something. Starts saying something crazy. I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck is this book? Why is my brain fighting with each other in front of me? Like, what's with this little movie I have going on? And the teacher talks back to the kid, or the kid talks back to the teacher. The teacher tries to silence the kid, and the kid goes, "Well, you don't know who I called, Ronald McDonald." And then all of a sudden, I got so scared, I woke up. So I don't know what's going on with me and the double arches, but we might have to have a little bit of a talk someday because I woke up, went to bed at like 8:45 last night, put the kids down, and I was exhausted. Dude, the wife was sick all weekend long, and me and the kids fucking got after it, dude. We caught some frogs and shit. It was a good weekend. However, I was exhausted. Sunday, I knew I had to get up in the morning, hit this fucking Get Jack 2023, which I want to check in with you boys in a little bit because the boys are looking fresh. Jack had a nice little photo on Instagram we should talk about also. And then Mitch, you've always had a fucking solid physique. Hey, Garrett, let me tell you something, buddy. You've been shedding the pounds and it's noticeable. All right. You've been shedding the pounds. But your boy had to get up early. So 8:45 strikes. And I'm like, dude, I might as well just go to bed. Taylor's been asleep. Your boy's been sleeping in the man cave like we're in a big fight or something. I get all tucked in there, put the YouTube on, hit the white noise, and I start just slumbering away. But I'm 6'7". I don't want to say my weight right now because then people will get all upset. I'm 6'7". I weigh quite a bit. Your boy is, by definition, how I look, alpha male, right? But I'll tell you what, when the world's lights turn off, aka the sun goes down, I get a little fucking nervous, right? You hear a creak or a crack in the middle of the night, I get fucking scared. I do. If something happens and Taylor's like, what was it? I was like, bitch, get up with me. We're fucking doing this together. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's the light. That's like, if I'm going down, like, what? Well, all it takes is one fucking John Wick motherfucker to out there do some jujitsu on my ass, and I'm silent. You don't know what's going on. Now you're double scared and you're alone. We might as well die together. You guys aren't married, but fucking, hopefully you guys are tougher than me because that shit's kind of scary to me. But I go to bed at 8:45. I put on Ted on the Netflix. I turn the volume down to like a 23 out of 100. So, it's a low little count. I put the pillow over my face, turn my face to the right, and I start to doze off, dude. And that fucking dream hit me. And I woke up like a nervous, like shot out of the bed, like Ronald McDonald was about to get my ass. And the weird thing too is the kid was threatening the teacher. Like, I'm just sitting there, a victim in my own head in this fucking dream. But I woke up 10:30, couldn't fall back asleep till like midnight, dude. I was so afraid that fucking clown was going to come in my house. I don't know why. Turned my head. The whole movie of Ted went by. The whole fucking movie. Got startled a couple more times. I'm a bitch, dude. I'm a fucking, when it comes like to nighttime spooks, I don't do well. That being said, if you're listening right now on a Tuesday, 132 days till October 1, boys. 132 days till Spooktober, right? That's a fun kind of spooks. Go to the haunted houses. This is, and Will said it before, a massive contract year for Spooktober because if you look back at your boy's track record in the month of October playing football, my CNS, my central nervous system, must get all fucked up during that time because I play some bad ball in October. I'll play some bad ball. I'll literally be driving to the facility, I'll be get over on Rosa Parks off the highway, driving down to the facility, and I'll take a right turn, and I'll literally think to myself, what would I do if someone with a knife was just standing there? That's the kind of fucked up. That's how invested I get into Spooktober. You know, film goes down a little bit. What we got going here? JP. Hold on, boys. I have some big news. We might have to clip this before and send it out. Push-ups with JP Hovey has been moved to tonight at 8 p.m. He will not be getting back in time Tuesday. Him and the boy Willie are in New York right now for, what are they doing?
The Dozen Trivia.
The Dozen Trivia Championship, correct? Like this is the end?
I think so.
Yeah, but I feel like there's always been some sort of championship. Like they got a regional, sub-regional, post-regional type shit going on all the time. So hopefully the boy does well. I think he's there from Monday to Wednesday. That's a big fucking deal for them. But JP is there. So we will clip this and let you guys know. Push-ups hosted by JP. I just happen to be there. Is tonight. Tag K Adams. Tag K Adams. 8 p.m. Central. Right now, I'm going to say 8 p.m. Central, but it might be different. But we got to tag Kay Adams in this thing. We need her to come in, hit a quick 10 with the boys. It would mean the world to JP. Kay's a great lady. I've been around her a handful of times and I've never had a bad experience with her. Wonderful woman doing amazing things on Up and Adams. And yeah, that's kind of fucking the deal, man. I had a scary dream last night and it really fucked up my sleep schedule. That's essentially where we've gone in 7 minutes and 16 seconds into this pod. Got JP back. Let go. Probably do the same time, 8 p.m. Central. 8 p.m. Central Time. That is today. That is Monday, the 22nd. Now, in life, actually, let's go to Get Jack 2023 because I have a whole bunch of things in my head that I want to talk about today. Now, JP. All right. Get Jack 2023, boys. How are we feeling about it? Mitch, we're going to start with you because your arms are popping out the most right now.
I'm feeling good about it.
Feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, waking up every morning like 7:15, hitting the gym in the apartment, just fasting all day until like 2, and then eat a little bit.
What do you do after your workout to get your gains?
Nothing.
Raw dogging son of a bitch, you,
raw
huh?
dogging it.
Just raw dogging that.
I work out and then I don't eat anything until 2, and just kind of let the body like burn off all the bad shit, and then
look, it's working for you.
I appreciate it.
How about diet? What are we into right now?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really following a diet, but my lunch PB&J every day.
Okay,
It's source protein.
You're in that fucking high school program right now.
Yeah.
At PB&J, you get
100%.
lucky in high school. You get that Uncrustable.
Yeah, I mean,
Holy shit, dude.
Some people say the crust is the best part, though.
Who says that?
I might say that.
That's a weird thing to say. I've never heard that before, but hey, it seems like it's working for you, brother. How old are you?
24.
Yeah, you know your testosterone kind of levels out at 25 and then it starts to
Well, it's
get down a little bit.
25 in a month from yesterday.
That's outstanding, dude. Wait, your birthday is June 21st?
Yeah, I think.
Same as Talen's. And I think we've had this conversation before, haven't we?
Yeah.
CTEFG, dude.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
25 years old. Talen's turning 30. Turning 30 years old. You know how it is, dude. When you turn 30, like it's over. Like you could die at any point from natural causes. That's how old you are when you're 30.
Die at any point from natural causes at any age.
No. What are you talking about? No. What do you mean? 25, dude, you're fucking living. You can drink as much as you want the next day you wake up.
That
Eat
is
an
not
avocado
true.
or something, you feel fantastic.
It's not. I was down bad Sunday. I needed that Korean stuff or that juice that we're sponsored by.
Oh,
Morning
morning recovery?
Yeah.
That stuff does help quite a bit, dude. I'm
needed
supposed to
that.
go to Napa Valley on June 1st with the Chandlers. And you know, we know Mike, dude. And we got Memorial Day weekend coming up. Mike always throws a nice little banger on Memorial Day weekend. That boy can get after it. So I know that I'm going to need a bunch of that.
Yeah.
Going in 1st to the 4th. Not a big drinker anymore. But brother, it's working out for you. How about you, Blossy? How we living, dude? How's fucking Get Jack 2023 treating you?
Get Jack 2023 is going pretty well for me. My goal going into getting Jack 2023 was to be consistent in the gym. I've been relatively consistent, roughly about 5 to 6 days a week.
Whoa.
As far as cardio, that's the last thing that's the last chip that needed to fall for me as far as adding into consistency. I started running, I want to say last week. Yesterday was my first day running on pavement. So that felt really good. So now I'm comfortable. And yeah, that's kind of the second chip. The third would be diet. So right now I just wanted to establish a baseline of being consistent. And now we'll throw in the diet with some additional cardio and we'll get there.
We're talking about cardio. Was the cardio thing that domino falling for you? Was that because of your leg injury?
Yeah.
Or was that just because of you're just not a runner?
No, I'm definitely a runner. It's probably my favorite activity to do.
What?
Yeah.
You sound like Dave Lewan. That's what Dave fucking, he likes to get on that treadmill and just rip for hours and hours.
Yeah. No, I mean, being in the Army, that definitely helps with it. It was something that I was always good at. I was doing like half marathons, like the 5Ks, the 10Ks, but I do them relatively quickly. Like I think my last half marathon I did was like an hour and 29 minutes. So if I'd have kept that pace, I could have done a marathon in 3 hours.
How long's a half marathon?
13.1
13.1 miles or kilometers?
miles. Yeah, 13.1. So no, I love
America just makes it tougher. Makes it tougher, dude. Fuck.
But-
Yeah, dude. If I ran a mile, I could probably hit a 7-minute piece. Yeah, I mean, with the knee, I don't know. I'm actually now jogging a little bit, so it's kind of nice to feel the wheels turning like that again. Because we used to see you run like that, like a gazelle. But life. So you're the dominoes falling with you. What are you thinking about diet? Are you thinking about getting blood work done and figuring out what you can and can't do, or are you just gonna hit like that old fashioned keto?
No, so I actually decided to go the route of like having somebody hold me accountable, somebody that I'm gonna have to check in
Like a
with.
sponsor. Yeah, accountability. You got a sponsor, like an AA deal.
Yep. So we just went through like my macros and stuff like that and what I'll have to do. I think right now my macros, when I start, I'll be starting at 205 grams of protein, 55 grams of fat, and 120 grams of carbs. So that's kind of where my
grams of carbs.
Yeah, that's where my starter is going to be. So.
Yeah. And then what are you looking to get to? So what do you weigh right now?
So right now I'm at 215. I want to get back down to like at least 190, 195.
I love that, dude. And it seems like it's going well for you. You've always had a strong jaw and some cute ass dimples, and it seems like everything's just following suit below the neck as well. That's a nice little deal. Let's move it over to Jack McPherson now. Jack's had a bit of a longer deal when it's come to get Jack 2023 because what year was it? It was 2020, post surgery.
You're talking about
Kava.
Yeah, Kava. Yeah,
If you want to tell that story, brother.
2020.
Like yesterday.
If it's like yesterday, it was a nice moment in a really dark time.
Yeah.
Just absolutely. I was a sad boy then, but luckily, I don't want to take all the credit. I'll let you speak for yourself.
Took Jerry to lunch.
I gotta shout out Booth Camp.
Oh,
my
all
favorite
right,
gym. They do it right there. I've been going pretty consistently for about 2 years now. But we just had the adventure race this weekend, which was a super cool thing. It was 50 people split up into 2 teams, 25 versus 25. You start at the gym, and it's a 6-mile course around Nashville. You stop at the Walk of Fame. It was like 1,000 squats that you had to bust out with med balls between your team of 25 and sled pushes. And then you run to the Capitol where you do hill runs. And then you head
How many hill runs?
2 for
Per?
everybody.
2 per.
Yeah, and up and down. And then you make it to the Ashurion steps, which is right there by Pins Mechanical. Lot of steps. And then you had to do 5 up and downs. And then one of them had to be with a sandbag. And then you make it back to the gym. And then it was a hellish workout once you get back. A lot of assault bike, kettlebells, duck walks, another big run, hill runs. But it's fun. Super competitive. Unfortunately, the red team that I was on, we did not come out with the win.
Podium.
Did not. It was because it's just there's no like individual awards. It's
Had a
just
couple
red.
Buck Risings on your team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the other team had some all stars. I won't lie, but again, at the end of the day, it was so much fun. So I really love Booth Camp Gym. They do a lot of cool stuff in order to keep you interested. But yeah, I've been going there pretty consistently for about 2 years now, and it's just so a part of my routine. I have to go to the gym or else I feel like I go a little bit crazy. But yeah, it's been nice. I don't have too much of a incredibly strict diet, but I do try and eat high protein, high vegetable, low carb when I like in the weekdays. The weekends get a little shaky. Especially
They do for all of us.
yeah, especially after the race yesterday, you know, I think we burned like 1,200, 1,300 calories. So it was like I wasn't worrying about the macros yesterday. But I've been a huge salmon guy lately. It's like,
Really?
yeah, salmon and just a vegetable. It's so easy to make and it just is consistently the taste is always there. So been a big salmon guy. And then I'll kind of switch between salmon and red meat, usually a steak. But right now I'm in my salmon kind of phase and we'll see if it switches back. But tonight I'll probably end up having a little fillet of that. But yeah, it's good.
I'll tell you, salmon makes me always a little bit nervous because of how farmed it is in America.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
those
yeah.
like what are they called? Like sanctuaries or like where they literally farm the salmon.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to watch the
the
documentaries.
funny thing
on
calling
them.
it a sanctuary as well.
I
Like, these
know,
bitches
right?
just happy to be there.
No, and
You know, living in an apartment complex, all stuffed in there.
it's not good. But I tend to not think about those things.
Yeah, you just think about the gains, brother.
Yes.
We'll deal about all that GMO bullshit later down the road.
Who
That'll be
cares?
2024.
We're all gonna
Maybe
die.
you
at
get
some
healthy
point.
2024.
We all are leaving this earth one way or another, and
Okay.
if mine is by salmon, then so be it.
Hey, that'd be a tough way to go, though.
Okay, I was having this conversation with my buddy the other day. Like, it sucks to like die from heart disease or something, but if you were to die by shark attack, you are a legend forever.
A legend forever.
It's like you're like,
There's
dude,
movies and books written
yeah,
about
how
you.
did Taylor die? They go, dude, last thing we saw, he was just fighting off a shark in the
Fighting,
middle of
dude.
the ocean.
This motherfucker.
We don't know if he's still out there,
Yeah.
if he's in the belly of the beast, but you do know one thing for the
Yeah.
rest of your life, whenever you're mentioned, dude, that dude died by a fucking
Right.
shark.
What's the
attack.
last thing you heard him say? This dude ain't big enough. Some crazy shit like that. He don't got enough weight on him. I'm out there fucking punching a shark, getting killed. What a
Yeah,
way to go.
Every time I go to the beach, I'm like, it wouldn't be too bad to die by shark attack. It'd be better to
No.
die by shark attack than to die by salmon.
Yeah, if you died by salmon, brother, that's a tough way to go. Now, fighting a bear for a salmon because you're both starving, cool way to go, as
Now
long
we're
as it's
back.
documented. Not just like, hey, Jack, I lost in the wood for 2-3 weeks.
No, that's nice.
Taylor's family, they're from the fucking Great White North. They're from British Columbia. You go out to BC, bro, I feel like everywhere you turn, there's chances of seeing a bear. I've been up there a dozen times now. I've never seen a bear, but her mom will take me fishing in these fucking back road areas. Taylor's mom is always hitting on me. It's very inappropriate, Miss Tana, but she's constantly hitting on me. So we go to these like fishing spots, her, and Taylor. We're fishing one time, dude, and fucking casting out. Your boy doesn't really know how to fish that well. Like legit, like Taylor and her mom taught me how to legit fish, like tie a hook and stuff like that. That's how much of a domesticated cat I am. I can go in way more on how much of a domesticated cat I am, but I'm fishing, we're hanging out, we're catching stuff, not catching stuff, whatever. And all of a sudden there's a big crack in the woods. And we're in the middle of fucking BC. Like we're 45 minutes out from like what they call a town. And they don't, that shit's just a little different out there. That shit's way more spread out in BC. Then Miss Tana's like, might be a bear. I think to myself, this is it. And I'm all of a sudden I'm in Titanic, right? Women and children first. I had to be the one to sacrifice myself. So I go, hey, Miss Tana, just asking, if a bear does come up, what do we do? She goes, we take the dog and we throw the dog at the bear, which is Taylor's dog, and we run. That's not a bad idea, but like fucking, then I got to deal with that traumatic response from Taylor losing her dog, brutally getting murdered. But it goes back to getting killed in a cool way, dude. Like, if you're on the beach and you think to yourself, man, it wouldn't be that bad getting killed by a shark, that is a good first thought. The next thought is, but not today, right?
No, not today.
Yeah.
But
It'd be cool to go out a different day, but
if it
definitely
had
not
to be
today. Yeah.
Shark over salmon.
What a way. Shark over salmon, 10 out of 10, brother.
Have you seen this video of this guy's fishing? I think he's in British Columbia or somewhere, and this
Where bears are.
grizzly bear pulls up on him.
Look at these
And
big
it
ass
is
motherfuckers.
huge, and he just sits down next to him.
Look at him just yawning.
I mean, this dude's just sitting in his chair.
Yeah, but what else do you do with it? I think
Oh, you don't.
with a grizzly bear, you get smaller. With a black bear, you get
Black bear,
bigger.
you get bigger and
Right.
louder. But I mean, he is absolutely massive.
What a
Come on.
fucking unit. He's just breathing hard too. Like,
He
he's
just
sitting down.
Sits down
Oh,
next.
he's just sitting down. What the fuck are
I
we
mean, look
doing?
how big his claws are.
Just guys being dudes, exactly. That's some scary fucking shit, dude. That is so scary. I got scared about Ronald McDonald last night in my dream. And we're looking at a guy sitting with a bear trying to catch fish. Do you cast at all during the situation? You kind of just keep your wits about you. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, fuck. And he's just going to walk away. Got to be the scariest experience of that guy's.
Look how many bears are here.
No fucking way.
Oh my
Well, that's
God.
on him, brother. That's on him. What a dumbass.
There's got to be 20 bears.
Dude, there's Nat Geo cucks out there ripping around, like taking, like you want to get yourself a big ass lens, brother. Get yourself on top of a mountain and shoot down, right? Get that zoom in. You don't want that shit. But my God, that's just too scary, dog. Like there's no way I'd be able to I worry for myself with my children. Another human being, like demonic shit scares me. Another human being doesn't scare me so much. Like I feel like now, like, you know, most dangerous game. Like we're both just hunting each other, especially when it comes to the kids and stuff like that. But live animals, like just knowing you're going to die. Anyway, it goes back to salmon, brother. Don't die from the salmon, Jack. Garrett, how's your 2023, Get Jack 2023 going? Sweating my fucking ass. Drinking hot coffee. I just finished a workout.
I just drank some hot coffee and I can feel it too.
Yeah.
Get Jack 2023. Going pretty good. I say for me personally, consistency was something I always like had a hard time with. So being consistent was the first step. And then kind of getting in a routine of like, all right, this is what I'm going to do this day. Because I'm not going to lie, there'd be days I go in there like, what's open? We'll do that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't really
Going
know.
in without
like,
a plan is a first mistake.
Yeah, for sure. I've kind of like figured that one out. Cardio is something I know, like if I'm short on time, I'll be like, I'll just do this and then get out. Like I won't try and, you know, get a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Definitely could be better. Diet's fairly clean. Definitely have a cheat day, especially when you're banged up.
When you're banged up, it's so hard to fight that war.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You
no
can
fucking
eat healthy
question.
when you're banged up, but there's not enough.
Fine.
You know what I mean?
Never enough.
Never enough. But overall, I'd say it's pretty good. Got to keep going though.
That's what Willie says. Willie's war is in the kitchen. That's what he goes through. And then we jump on Risk the other day, which we need to talk about Risk. We jump on Risk the other day and, you know, boy's banged up. He decides to get Taco Bell and Five Guys.
Yeah,
Or what?
I saw that on
I
Twitter.
thought that was a joke. Because I know, like, we all saw Will's mapping of what he can and can't eat. All of the things he just ate.
He should have posted his order.
He should have, dude. But he told me, I talked to him on the phone the next day and he's like, yeah, that was real. Like, just fucking ate it, dude. It's just a wild fucking deal. Wild deal. Now, we do have to talk about Risk, but what I want to do is I want to transition because the boy, Jackie, and I, we're going back to fucking war. We're going back to war. We're going with the Dawn of Vegas, Dana White, Tuesday night gambling, Wednesday night gambling. Also, Wednesday, we're doing Power Slap. During Power Slap, you know what? Let me hit this ad real quick, and then I can restart the whole thing. Because why? Because we're all just chilling and we're hanging out together today. It's a beautiful time. Let's talk about Barstool Pass. Barstool House. Don't overthink your Father's Day gift. Remember, your dad is richer than you. Don't try to buy him something expensive. He's either already has it or you're going to make yourself look financially irresponsible and stupid. A lose-lose. A Barstool Sports Store. The Barstool Sports Store is full of awesome stuff that will make your dad feel young and cool. The stuff we have is cost-effective and will make your dad feel like he is still one of the guys and gets it. This is all he really wants and something he can't buy on his own. He can buy on his own, but he's not thinking to buy it on his own. Here are some of my favorite. Oh, this is where I say, here are some of my favorites from the store. Dad Rope Hat, Polo Quarter, Zips, the best tasting coffee and Stella Blue coffee, and so much more. Shop now at store.barstoolsports.com. You can get this little piece too. Father's Day is coming up right around the corner. If you're strapped for cash and you don't want to buy the merch, I get it. We're all financially at different stages in our life. If you're listening to this, I know our demographic is anywhere from 18 years old all the way up into those 40 pieces. If you're 18 years old, let me give you a little hack for your parents. Macaroni art. They're going to eat that shit up, dude. I'm telling you. I'm not fucking kidding. When I was like 15, 16, 17 years old, my parents would start to give me the whole, hey, what are you getting me for Christmas? I would always say a child's laughter. And then on Christmas Day, I'd walk downstairs and I'd go, and that would be their fucking gift. And for whatever reason, they'd eat that shit up. I have no idea why. If you can't afford these very affordable polos, quarter zips, dad rope hats, any of that stuff for Father's Day, buddy, macaroni fucking art. It sounds so stupid. It's gonna take 30 minutes of your time, but for whatever reason, your dad's gonna laugh to himself like, this fucking idiot really is just trying to play me like that. But he's gonna love it, and he's also gonna think you're financially responsible.
Or you can enter in one of our giveaways.
Or you can enter in one of our giveaways, which brings us back. Thank you so much, dude. The fucking herding cats out here. So Jackie Boy and I are going back out to Vegas. You just heard this. I'm gonna give you the spiel one more time because it keeps me on the track that I need to keep my little brain on. We're going back to Vegas. The Don, Dana White, is gonna gamble with us on. I say us. He's gonna gamble. I'm gonna say us, dude, because you're fucking in there with me, dude.
Hell yeah.
You're fucking in there with me. Tuesday and Wednesday night, we are talking high stakes shit here, dude. I could lose it all in a fucking blink of an eye. Oh, if you guys are wondering too, my credit line doubled.
Amen.
Doubled. So there's twice the chances of a loss there. Twice. Yeah, more room to fucking make it back is what you're trying to say, Mitchie. We're going back, and so listen. We need the karma. I've been out there since I started gambling. It's made me a better human being. When I go to a store, I went to a coffee shop today. I'm not going to say the coffee shop because there are no free shout outs on this podcast, but it gave me an option. Do you want to tip $2, $3, or $5? Your boy hit $5. The coffee was $4.50. So I fucking 100-piece them. Fucking 100-piece them.
Off camera, you're gonna have to tell me where that is because
Yeah.
coffee's expensive these
Bro,
days.
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know. We fucking I 100% piece them because yeah, you want to do good, you want to help somebody. That's all about giving a hand up than a hand out. But I'm fucking scared for my own life right now. And if I could even have one individual upstairs looking down at me going, he is doing good. I'm gonna help him out a little bit when it comes to meticulously putting together 21 cards. Then I'm gonna take that good luck. So what we're gonna do today is we are going to do a giveaway. Now I'm going Tuesday night and Wednesday night. If I win, you will get the giveaway. I will announce who the giveaway winner is going to be given the dub. Now this is an open forum, boys. I need to think. Easiest thing to do, merch, right? But how much karma is that going to give us? Another thing to do is some memorabilia, maybe a Pro Bowl jersey, maybe a Tennessee Titans jersey, maybe fucking my Pop Warner jersey. I actually don't have my Pop Warner jersey, so I can't give that away. And if I did have it, I wouldn't give it away. There's only one jersey, so I'm not going to do that. The next thing is financially, dude. Maybe I cut these boys off. Maybe I get 5 people, give them all $1,000 each. I don't know. But what I do know is I need help and I need to do it. I need to do this giveaway because we want to help people, because we want people to fucking get about this, but also selfishly, we'll call a spade, brother. I need the good karma. So boys, if you've got something for me, I'm taking it all. Also, I tweeted it out, Jack. So if you want to pull a couple up that you think are solid, let me know.
Are you doing a tier system giveaway or is it just one winner?
I don't know. I think it all depends. There's no bad ideas in a brainstorm right now. There's zero bad ideas.
You could do 3 winners and do one cash amount merch or all cash amounts and
we're
then
gonna do 2 giveaways. Well, so it might be 3 and 3, right? We're talking about a 6-piece here.
yeah, you got to win then.
Gotta win. Well, no, this is all given if I win. If I lose,
you win.
Hey, sorry about it. Sorry the fuck about it. That's all we fucking got out here. What are they saying out here on the old Twitter?
Signed jerseys,
Okay.
signed hats, a lot of merchandise stuff.
Okay.
A hangout sesh with the boys.
Okay. We still owe Buddy from fucking Black Friday that hangout session. It's May. It's essentially June.
Someone's
It's
saying
in the works.
A bag full of UFC gear, 30th year and anniversary edition, maybe some Power Slap gear. So I don't know. Maybe we can talk with our boy Dana, get a little swag bag for people.
Yeah. I'll tell you
Either
what.
that or an experience. Give them an experience that money can't buy. So whether it's front row seats to a UFC event, whether it's but y'all are about to double up. So good karma.
Yeah, you're right, dude. I love the way you phrase that to me too. Fucking those dimples, brother. They're fucking breathtaking. Those dimples are breathtaking. What'd you say, Mitchie? Make sure you use the mic when you speak on the mic.
Tickets to a Titans game.
Tickets to a Titans game. Yep. Tickets to a team that cut me. That's a good idea too. We can do something like that.
My bad.
Yeah, Bussin Bowl.
Tickets to the Bussin Bowl. There you
Ooh.
go.
Yeah, that is a good one. A Bussin Bowl one. That was Garrett, by the way. If you guys are wondering, that was a big brain thought by Garrett. Here's what I think we should do. I love the idea of a tier system. I think tier 1 goes experience. Tier 2, merch. Tier 3 is going to be merch. Tier 3 is going to be merch. Tier 2, money. Okay.
You could get with Dana if in tier 2 could get a split swag bag of UFC and Bussin.
Here's where I don't want to press on the ask for Dana.
Uncle
Dana's
D.
already done us so many favors. The last thing I want to do is go out there and ask for more favors. Now, the big fucking prize at the end of this tunnel is on Wednesday. So tomorrow, when you're watching this podcast, which is May 24th, the top 10 will be announced for the opportunity to gamble with myself and Dana. A lot of people out there are wondering, well, what if I don't have money to gamble? What's the deal? Take my word for this, buddy. You're gonna have money to gamble. All right. You're gonna have an opportunity to make some real-time big bucks. We're talking about life-changing shit here. Okay. What you need to do what you need to enter in that whole thing is go to powerslap.com. It'll give you everything you need to know on how to enter. The other way to enter is fucking subscribing to Bussin' with the Boys on YouTube. You do the Power Slap, you're going to get units, you're going to get credits. Then you do Bussin' with the Boys on YouTube, that'll get you more credits. Now, during the live stream on Rumble, Rumble's the same thing as YouTube, if you guys are wondering. On Rumble, Power Slap will be going about its business. I will be there. Jackie Boy will be there. They are going to put out a code, a word code. Will you enter that? However they phrase it on the show, if you enter that, that's 10 more units you're going to be able to get. At the end of that show, the top 10 will be announced. Probably wondering why there's a top 10. I'm going to lay it down for you guys real quick. There's some psychopaths out there. I'm not saying the person that's going to win this thing is a psychopath, but there's going to need to be a couple of background checks, right? Not so much for me, because we talked about it. Unless you're Ronald McDonald or a ghost, I'm going to be all right. But Dana got bags, right? Dana's a very high influential person. There's probably a lot of people that might do some crazy shit. Might do some crazy shit out there. So we're doing background checks on motherfuckers to make sure that they're handling their business the correct way. You do that, you're going to get that opportunity at a later date to gamble with myself and Dana White in that scary, scary room. Become a little bit of a home for us, huh, Jackie? It's become a
Red Rock treats us great.
Yeah, it treats us great so far, dude. It treats us great so far. So there's a lot more things you can get with that, but let's get back to the matter at hand, and that's that I'm going to war. Jackie and I are going to war Tuesday and Wednesday. So we've decided on a tier system. Tier system is going to be an experience. What are we thinking for the experience, boys? I didn't hate the Titan ticket idea. I also didn't hate the UFC ticket idea, and I definitely didn't hate. I forgot what yours was, but Bussin' Bowl. But now Bussin' Bowl makes me a little nervous, because then you bring Willie into that. Now I'm signing Willie up for something that he didn't agree to just yet, because we're over here flying by the seat of our pants right now. People are literally sitting in on this podcast. We're figuring it out, and we're gonna package this thing up, bow it up real nice, and we're gonna get it all going. So I think the two things we need to lean on are UFC tickets or a Titans football game.
I was going to say, depending where they're at, you could do maybe not a Titans ticket, or like maybe a college football game of their choice.
College football game of their choice is a good one too.
Like just the tickets, not like
Right. Yeah. Okay. Tickets to a game. I like that. UFC. You have anything else for UFC, Blossy? Or is it kind of sits where it is?
Oh yeah, that's right. Maybe just the same, very similar to what you guys did. So a tour around the UFC facilities to be able to see how these fighters train, what they do for recovery. Because outside of being a fighter, like, you're probably not getting that in depth of
that experience.
Yeah, of an experience. So
okay, you made the decision a lot easier for me, because the more you explain it, sounds like a hell of a giveaway. But that goes back to leaning on Dana, and that's where listen. Dana's the king of doing favors for me right now, and I'm not going to be out there trying to ask for more, because he's done so much. So we're going to go with tickets. But I think what we should do is make tickets tier 2, because I think people want cash. So maybe we go tier 1. We pick 3, $1,000 each if we win. 3 winners, $1,000 each. Tier 2 will be tickets to a sporting event of your choice. Don't be fucking saying some soccer game in Europe, because we're keeping it in the continental. Yeah, we're keeping it in the nation, boys and girls, all right? You want to go to a BC Lions game? I got you. I'll get you out to Canada. But other than that, brother, we're done. We're staying in America.
And probably not Super Bowl tickets.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to do...
Reserve the right to play.
Yeah. This is why it's tier 2 now. I reserve the right to deny you the tickets you really want. We're going regular season, fucking decent tickets at the game of your choice. Woo! All right, that's our tier 2. Our tier 3 is going to be $1,000 for each person, correct? $1,000 for 3 people. Sorry, I know. What's that? Tier 1. Did I say tier 3? Sorry, tier 1 is going to be $1,000 per person. Now, this is all predicated on the fact that I win Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Okay, I'm going to say it again, Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Okay, if I go split skis, then we're even, boys. And so it's kind of like, hey, it was fun. We had a good time on the old social medias, but we're going to have to move on from there. Right? Right. Okay, good. Great. Tier 1, 3 people, $1,000 each. Tier 2, 2 tickets to any sporting event, regular season in the continental United States that you'd like, right? We're good with that. Tier 3, Bussin' with the Boys merch. How much? $200 worth? 200 bones. So we got a total of 5 winners here. 3 tier 1s, 1 tier 2, and 1 tier 3. Now, we figured that out. How are we going to do this giveaway, boys? How do you guys want to do it? Subscribe to Bussin' with the Boys? Yep.
Yeah, show you're subscribed. You got to hammer the comments.
Hammer the comments.
You're going to be listening to this the day that Taylor goes to war the first time. So what do we want them to comment in the comments?
Comment positive vibes.
Okay.
If you comment positive vibes about, it doesn't have to be about me. I just want positive vibes out there in the world. I want to feel like there's a good energy. I have to literally move the energy out of the way just to get through a door. That's how good an energy I'm looking for right now. Doesn't have to be for me. Tag a buddy. Hey, I tell you what, you bring a friend along to subscribe to Bustin' with the Boys. That's a quick way to win. That's a quick way to win. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to screenshot you watching the YouTube episode of today, episode 224. With your comment in the comment section, not the live chat, dude. There's a big misconception about live chat in the comments. Live chats where the boys hang out and chill. That's a great time. What moves the needles for the boys is the comment section. When you move the needle in the comment section, we get to do more cool stuff. More opportunity for me to go gamble, essentially, is what it seems like it's really turning into. You're going to screenshot your comment along with you watching and with a little subscribe button there. You're going to post that to Twitter. You're going to tag at Taylor Lewan. And you're also going to tag at Bussin WTB on Twitter. Okay? Jack, you listening?
Yeah.
This is where you are going to, day of on Tuesday, you're going to pick the potential winners. All right? Bussin will announce potential winners Tuesday evening. Let's call it.
Is this if you win afterwards or?
This is if I win. I have to win both nights.
Right.
Tuesday and Wednesday night. But these are the potential winners. So now we're sitting on pins and needles with me. Correct?
So you want to announce or pick winners before?
Yeah, just like get down to like 10 or so people.
Yeah, I like that. Do a top.
Narrow it down by the time y'all go to war. And then that way after war, it'll be easier. So you have a cutoff time to comment.
Cutoff time to comment. Probably gamble anytime after 7 p.m. Las Vegas time.
You could do earlier.
No, I like 8 p.m. Central because that's 6 p.m. here. So that gives Jack enough time to fucking file it through and everything.
Here, last minute thought though.
I like it.
Outside of tagging, Bussin' with the Boys, and who else did you say?
Myself.
Yourself. You might want to add a hashtag. That way it filters all those contestants and it makes it easier for you to pick.
You're a fucking genius, boss.
Let's go.
It'll be on socials probably tonight or tomorrow morning when this goes
I'm
live.
gonna clip this whole thing, make it look good because this is a big brain thought.
And we'll make it. We'll put a hashtag and everything you have to enter in order to be eligible to win.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I was talking to the fans.
I was talking to no.
Well, without
But we
Taylor,
also
this
need
does
that.
not exist.
We also need it. If I take a massive L, boys.
Yeah, he's gonna be asking fans from.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, here's my fucking Venmo. We're gonna need that to get done. Also, I don't have Venmo.
Start requesting instead of paying.
Start requesting, dude. That is a fucking. It's scary. Like y'all, like, bitch, you've seen me, Jackie. You've seen me. It's one of those deals where I sit there and the day of that I go, it's like I'm socially not there. It's probably uncomfortable for you guys. I don't really know.
Tomorrow, I plan on literally just leaving you by yourself to get in
That
the
doesn't
zone.
help me. That scares the shit out of me.
And- Well, I can be with you, but I feel like there's just few words are said.
Yeah, I like that.
That dinner leading up to it is always.
Yeah. Quiet, dude. I remember sitting there going, damn, I wish they would talk. Hey, we're gonna go to that place though, that Thai food place.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna fuck that place up. We're gonna catch hands by us. Diet friendly.
Keto.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
You
why
can
Dana
keep
goes
it keto?
there. Or
Absolutely.
there's a lot of keto options.
Right.
Not everything.
I'll tell you what, ever since Michael Chandler told me about the carnivore diet, I'm not necessarily carnivore, but I do like carbs are the enemy to me. And last night my wife's like, simple carbs are probably the enemy. I was like, this is simple. Carbs are the enemy. That's fucking what it is to me. And it's been working. It's been doing its thing, dude. All right. Should we hit an ad?
Yeah,
Hit an ad with the boys?
of carb friendly.
Dude.
The ZocDoc.
The ZocDoc, dude. There's nothing worse than going to a doctor's appointment expecting to be the center of attention, and then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be. Instead of listening to you intently, asking how you feel and helping you along. The doctor is checking the clock. Looking at the clock, dude. How dare you, dude? On ZocDoc, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to you, and prioritize your care. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, and take your insurance. And wait, patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost any condition under the sun, dude. No more doctor's roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't had met yet. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient reviewed and fits their needs and scheduled just right. Go to ZocDoc.com, ZocDoc.com/Bussin and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/Bussin, ZocDoc.com/Bussin, dude. 24 hours, that's a hell of a deal. That's a hell of a deal if you have the opportunity to get a doctor in there. Because I know, like my daughter Willow, she's been sleeping late. And you know, as a parent, you just sit there and you're like, why are you sleeping so late? Are you cool? Is everything straight? Like everything going on? ZocDoc, dude. That's where I'm headed. That's where I'm headed later today. I tell you what, dude, one thing that's been crazy for me, obviously we know that I'm in the middle of a lawsuit right now, which we're not going to get into too much, but I will say, like, my knee hurts all the fucking time. And this, it's crazy. This is one of the massive good deals about working with CA, which is Creative Artist Agency. Any people listen to them, you need to go to them, especially Pat Collins. Pat Collins was a senior when I was a freshman at Michigan. Now he's one of my agents. Guy's fucking all time. He hits me up and says, have you ever heard of Game Day Ready? I was like, no, I have no idea. Apparently Game Day Ready just partnered with UFC, and it's all NSF certified, like pain. I don't want to butcher it, but it's like a pain relieving, like a supplement, roll-ons. I believe they have a tincture and stuff like that. Like they got some shit in there, dude. And they're like, hey, they're going to send you some stuff. So they send me some stuff, and you know how it is, dude. There's always something under the sun. There's always some sort of fucking snake oil or whatever that they say this is going to make you feel way better. No joke. I'm not saying my knee's fixed, because by no means is my knee fixed. Today, your boy squatted 315 for 6 with ease, with ease. And I used that little roll-on deal they had on there before, and it's kind of like an icy hot. That's the one right there. Yeah, it's kind of like an icy hot. I'll tell you, dude, it's kind of a nice little bink. Like you put that thing on there and it feels good. Plus, you might want to check into that stuff. And I think I have some extra shit at my house.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, and I haven't had the tinctures or the creams or anything like that yet. That's like kind of the first thing I try. Anytime someone sends me some sort of supplementation for like pain relief or something like that, anything orally digested, I kind of stay away from, because I don't know, like especially after 2019 with the PED stuff, I get a little bit nervous. So with the roll on, I was like, let me just roll this shit in, let my fucking biggest organ I have, my skin, devour it and see if it helps at all. It does help. I'm not saying like this is the be all end all of everything, but I am saying that it helped me. And I know there's no free shout outs on this fucking bus. I know. And I just essentially gave a free shout out on this bus, but when you see results like that, dude, 315, I'm talking, there was no, my leg one twerking. Like we were ass to grass too for 6. Fucking that's 3 + 3. That's 6, brother. Fucking out there.
That's a long way to go down with those
Hey, that's a long way. Just a tall tree going down, brother. A fucking long way to go down. So it was a bit of a deal, man. I see on the notes here, Brooke, Koepka. Brooke?
Yikes.
Who's that? Why is that person on my notes for this episode?
Brooks Koepka just won the PGA Championship.
Okay. The whole thing?
Yeah.
Wait, is there like
one tournament? But yeah, it's called the PGA Championship. It's one of 4 majors. He has won 5 total majors in this specific tournament 3 times.
Holy shit.
He's in the category with Tiger Woods.
Shout out Brooke, dude.
Yeah.
Brooke Koepka.
And he went to the...
It says Brooke. Oh, Brooks. I thought that was...
He went to the Live Tour.
Yeah.
Kind of stirred up some drama. So for him to come back and win this one was kind of like a middle finger.
What was the drama we were getting into, dude? Spill the tea.
Well, so Live is a Saudi league.
Oh, yeah, and they're paying the fuck out of people.
They pay him a shit ton to come play. So the old heads of the PGA were like, this isn't good for golf. because, like you say, it's for people who made it. So
Yeah.
Live's basically for like us,
Sounds like lives for bags, dude.
for bags, for sure.
Yeah, because they're paying more than PGA pays, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what fucking Saudi Arabia's out there doing, huh? Where's all that money coming from, brother? Fucking oil. We need some of that, right? God,
Yeah.
oil. Got that oil out there, dude. Damn.
Yeah. So shout out to Brooks. That's a huge dub for him.
That's a big ass trophy too.
Huge.
Man, good for him. I wish golfers would work out more. It's just
He's one that
he
Brooks
looks.
is
No,
one
he's
of the
got a little
ones.
something to him.
yeah, he's one of the ones that's built like an athlete.
Built like an athlete.
Yeah.
We saw Homa. Great guy. Cool individual. Little scrawny cat though. A lot of hair. A lot of hair on him. Right.
Yeah.
But shout out Brooks, dude. Fucking repping that thing in there. It's a crazy time right now. Besides playoff basketball, there's not a whole lot going on out here in our world. Especially our world is a lot NFL based. But Brooks, outstanding stuff. Would love to have you on the podcast sometime, dude. Bring that big ass trophy. Sit it right next to you. We'll have a great time. I would love to learn. That's what it's really all about, dude. Especially sports you don't know. Like you guys have heard me talk about golf. I don't fucking swinging clubs. I've been at Top Golf a handful of times. I've hit 18 a couple of times, but really it's not a huge thing. I love our merch. I think our merch fucking rips.
I'm
I feel like
probably
an absolute fraud when I have it on me.
I'm probably gonna butcher this, but if I'm correct, Brooks used to be a football player, got too many concussions,
There's
couldn't
never
play
too many.
couldn't play football anymore, and like had the urge to do something competitive and got serious into golf, and now he's a 5-time major winner.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Did Jack, will you look up when he started playing golf? Because usually that's like
Lifetime stuff.
lifetime stuff. Like you got to be like 4 or 5 years old when you start swinging them clubs. To be
Yeah.
like anything. That's kind of like how hockey is, dude.
Hockey's different.
A young age, born in 1990. Okay, boy's similar age to me. First player born after to win. Oh, that doesn't say anything about his age. Type in his football career.
I could
The
be
whole
wrong
thing
on
about athletes quitting. This is gonna be a hot take, so fucking stick with me here. The whole thing about athletes like quitting because of concussions, that shit happens. There are guys out there that take a lot of head trauma that need to walk away from the sport. I feel like, and I've seen this a few times, there are guys that get like a concussion in college and they're just like, I can't play because, and it's like their way out of
Yeah.
like just, they know they're not good enough to go play in the league. And it's like their way of like saving themselves from like feeling like a failure.
Yeah.
And that sounds way worse than the way I mean it, but it is a thing that I see a lot, especially at Michigan. There's big kids out there, but I can't play anymore. There was a scary situation at Michigan. We're in,
that. Mitch just found this, says Brooks started playing golf when he was 10,
okay, that's
following a car crash that left him with a facial injury.
facial. Got a mustache in that photo.
So yeah, he was banned from playing any contact sports. He went to
So-
Florida State.
Said he would have rather been a baseball player than golf.
Baseball.
That was his preferred sport. Shout out to PMT though. Part of my take, they made a bet with Brooks that if he won the PGA Championship, he would have to zoom in for an interview, and so he did last night.
No shit.
Like 4 hours removed
Hammered.
from winning.
Hammered.
Yeah, saying he's gonna bring the trophy in and let them drink out of it. So really good pull for those boys up there in New York.
Good
getting
for
that.
them, dude. Good for them. Just another aspiring podcast. They've been in the game for a couple of years now, so good for them to get that kind of exposure. That's good. They need it, man. They need it. You know, but it's awesome, man. That's a great. We need to do shit like that more bets and shit with people out of nowhere. Now, I'd like to announce something big. I'd like to announce something for the whole entire world. On June 27th, noon, at my residence, we will be hosting the second annual Beer Olympics. This is a big fucking time. Now, last time we did the Beer Olympics, we made it real easy peasy lemon squeezy, dude. On Thursday, it was an OTA. Boys get done with OTAs. I get a bunch of the old linemen. Hey, we're having a Beer Olympics. A lot of skill team guys, a lot of guys funneling in and out. Huge team bonding experience for everybody. This year, we kicked it up a notch. Now, Garrett, I'm going to lean on you for some massive graphics on this. Massive, awesome graphics. I'm going to give you guys some names that are confirmed. Coming to Nashville, Tennessee to compete, who is going to be the best partier? Who is the greatest partier? In what genre? I'm going to give you a couple of names first. Ernest. Obviously, the boy Ernest is going to be there. George Kittle is going to be there. Jack's boy, James Neal, is going to be at the Beer Olympics. My neighbor, dude. James Neal, if you guys don't know him, played for the Predators for a long time. Now he's a single white guy in his mid-30s out there. Fucking watch for your college kids. Now, Cameron Duddy and Mark Weischek, the boys from Midland, confirmed are going to be there. Jelly Roll, the boy who is taking the world by storm, will be at my house for Beer Olympics. David Bakhtiari, our boy from Austin, Texas, Uncle Laser, will also be there. Waiting on confirmation from this gentleman, handsome boy, country music star Riley Green will be there allegedly. He's actually a question mark, so I probably shouldn't have said his name. We got a couple of boys. We got a couple of boys from the Tennessee Titans. We got Mr. Corey Levin and Jordan Ruse. They will be joining the boys. They will be representing the Tennessee Titans together as a team. Hardy will be there. Now, unique thing about Hardy is I asked him who he wants his teammate to be. He said his wife. He said, I want my wife to be my teammate. That is going to be just an outstanding time. George Kittle's teammate, DeForest Buckner. DeForest Buckner will be in Nashville, Tennessee. And it wouldn't be a fight for the greatest partier on earth if we didn't invite the man who has a movie premiere coming out this Thursday. It is going to be at my house, June 27th, Mr. Burt Kreischer. Mr. Burt Kreischer will be flying in from his busy schedule. The man has a fucking movie coming out this week. He's got a movie coming out. We talked to him a few months ago. He said, I'm fucking there. He literally put in his calendar, sent me a screenshot. It literally says, sleep over at Taylor's house. He will be there to fight the good fight. Now, his partner will be another comedian, not his co-host from Two Bears, One Cave. Tom Segura has said he'll come on this podcast when he's on his tour. We're very excited to have Tom. He's an outstanding comic. We love him to death. But another man that's been on this podcast a few times, up in the Northeast, the fucking man himself, Shane Gillis, will be his partner. Now you look into this fucking all-star cast of individuals coming to my house to fight the good fight to who can party the absolute best. And I got to look at these names, boys and girls. I've seen Will chug a beer. We're going to need that. We're going to fucking need that on game day. That's a big deal. There will be beer pong. There will be flip cup. There will be beer ball. Those of you who don't know beer ball, corners, beer can, beer can, beer can, beer can. You're throwing ping pong balls at it. Ricochet, they have to go pick it up and put it on the table. You can drink your beer till then. We'll have brackets. We'll have chug-offs. We'll have the whole entire thing. And because we love you so much, we wouldn't just do this for fun, boys. We're going to have this thing on YouTube for all of you. Now, the boys in the back, unfortunately, in case something catastrophic happens, they are all alternates for this Beer Olympics. They asked, but I know the boys need to work that day because we need somebody to film, correct? And I can see the heads hanging a little bit low in the back of the bus. And I wish I could fucking have you guys. But, you know, I've seen you guys drink. You know, it probably wouldn't go the way you guys wanted it to. Probably wouldn't go the way you guys wanted it to, dude.
Okay, wait, what?
Probably, if you guys drink the beer, you guys would probably get closer to last.
I placed third with Dylan last year.
Who?
With Dylan.
Bro, Dylan bailed. He's going to Italy.
And
he said yes, and now he said, I called him last week. I was fucking running down the numbers. That's why I'm announcing it now. I got a firm confirmation from all these people except for Riley Green. They are fucking coming. Also, Jared Falwell from Kings of Land. He needs to text me back. He needs to text me back as well. I fucking called Dylan. He already said yes. But after the bludgeoning that you guys took last year, because yeah, you guys might have got third place, but by fucking, you know, like it was like a Usain Bolt
No.
race. Like your boy, me and Roos, finished, turned around, got a sip of water, then second place finished.
You guys also did this whole thing where there was 5 events or 4 events, and then when it was all over, you were like, "There's actually a secret event where you have to."
We were already in championship mode. We already won it by then. Actually,
at that point,
we were still
I'm
in
pretty
first
sure
place.
Dylan was like, "I'm out. I'm done."
Because he's scared, brother. He
But
needs the competitive edge.
I just saw this is. I wouldn't consider it breaking news, but to me, it's heartbreaking news.
Uh-oh.
Rich Eisen coming soon on Pardon My Take.
No fucking way.
I'm telling you, the longer we wait, the more people are stealing
We're
them for
fucking,
us.
dude.
It hurts.
In the podcast.
It hurts, dude. That's fucking crazy. Now let me gather myself for a second.
Yeah, we need to wrap up the Beer Olympics because that's a big deal, and you have an all-star list of people.
All-star list, but you did kind of throw a little grenade on it, right? I was in my foxhole having a good time, sniped a couple of guys,
Well, you threw a grenade on us saying
taking
that
some fuckers out, and then you kind of just rocked me a
you
little
had to
bit.
be
dude.
like, hey, look, y'all can't be involved in it, but if you were, you wouldn't be able to.
I was
hang
giving you guys a
anyways.
silver lining on why it's a good reason why you guys
said you
aren't
guys
gonna.
will come, but you have to work.
You guys gotta work. You guys gotta work, right? That's the job. You guys get to be there though. That's pretty cool, right?
As long as we can have a couple casuals,
No question.
no question.
Hey, but I'm not gonna tell you how to do your work as long as you do your work, my man. All right, you could be shit-faced drunk in this whole thing. As long as there's good ass footage, because this shit's gonna be a banger. Now, I need every individual that has a Twitter, has an Instagram, and is available to reach Mike Vrabel, head coach of the Tennessee Titans. He needs to be the individual that sings the national anthem before this storied event takes place at my house, June 27th. Mike, you've been to my place before. You literally live 6 minutes away from me. I need you to show up. I need you to dust off the old pipes, and I need you to fucking belt this nation's anthem like no one's ever belted it before, brother. We're counting on you. Mike Vrabel, talked to him 2 days ago on the phone on a FaceTime, me and Will Compton. Talked to him on the phone. Now, Mike is playing hardball with the boys. He's telling everybody, listen, don't go on the podcast unless you get paid. Mike bags, right? I know you've seen it. He made a nice little sly comment. All the money you stole from the Tennessee Titans in the last 3 years. He made that shot. But you know, Mike, Mr. Alpha Man, that's cool with me. You go ahead and take that shot because bag's still in the pocket, so it's all good, right? Did my best. We can unpack that later with my therapist. We'll fucking get into that whole thing. Mikey, $10,000 to a charity of your choice. Could be yours, 2nd and 7. I know Jen's setting up a 501c3 right now. 10,000, not of Bussin with the Boys, of Taylor Lewan's dollars. Try to recoup all that stolen money you talked about. I will donate to the charity of your choice if you come and sing the national anthem for this storied event. Now, I will tell you, Mike, I'm not going to call you selfish. I'll let the people decide for themselves. All the individual, those fucking big time individuals, not paying them a dime to come. Not paying them one dime. Not even asked because they're fucking boys. Now, you've made one mistake on this podcast before. You said you cut off your dick for a Super Bowl. What happened to the AFC Championship, dude? You right before the AFC Championship, you said, I was joking or whatever. I'm paraphrasing, but you know that I'm saying you said joking, right? Now we've made that mistake. Now you come here, you come to my house, you sing the national anthem, fucking 10 G's, brother, to the 501c3 of your choice. For those of you who don't know, 501c3 is what you need to file to be a nonprofit organization, correct? You put that bad boy in there. That's what I'm willing to donate for you because, hate on him all you want. The man, he's going to get what he needs. We're also paying him to come on this podcast too. All these other people that are coming on our podcast don't fucking get the same idea. Please God. Okay. We can't handle that type of thing. That's one of those deals. But Beer Olympics, before I talk about Toro, dude, this shit's fucking unreal, by the way. I'm going to talk about Toro in a second. I absolutely love Toro. It's just the most advanced shit in the world. However, is there anything I'm missing on Beer Olympics? Did you want to say anything about you being upset not playing again? Or did you want...
No, I wasn't upset about playing. I was upset about Rich Eisen.
We'll talk about that after this Toro ad.
Turo.
I think it's Toro. Turo. Anyway, whether you pronounce it correctly or not is still one of the greatest, the world's largest car sharing marketplace with Turo. You can book any car you want for just about any occasion from a community of local hosts across the U.S. Hold on. The U.S., the U.K., Canada, and Australia. Boys, we're banking all over this fucking map right now. We're banking. Book an SUV for a road trip, something easy and affordable for getting around on vacation, or test drive an EV, dude, especially that Chevy EV. That thing is outstanding. Am I allowed to curse on this? Okay, good. I'm just making sure. I saw you guys whispering in the back. I want to make sure. The EV, though, dude, hey, with that multi-flex tailgate and the multi-flex midgate, that's a double ad. That's double ad in one. But Turo is what we're talking about right now. Every trip is backed by liability insurance terms, conditions, and exclusions apply, which is fair, right? We need to sign off, cross the dotted line when we make sure we're taking somebody else's vehicle. Find your drive. Forget boring rental cars at Turo.com. That's Turo. These guys really are making it work, dude. When Uber came out, right? When Oobs came out, everyone's like, yo, what is this? Everyone's about Oobs. Turo is the next shit. I don't think I'm actually allowed to talk about Uber. I think that's actually a no-no. As I say, when I looked at the email last week, which I looked at my emails, boys, that's a pretty fucking big deal. Okay? Looked at my fucking email. Now let's get back, dude. With every peak comes another valley. Rich Eisen's going on PMT?
Yeah.
What are we doing, cuz?
I don't
What are
know.
we doing, boys? Fuck my ass. Fuck me in the ass. You gotta be kidding. This door been open the whole time?
I think so.
I could have gotten got by a bear, dude. I could have gotten got by a bear or a frisky salmon. If he came back there and slapped me up a little bit with that tail. Fuck, that's some scary shit. Now, I will listen. Everything in life, you get fucking banked once or twice. You can take shit on the chin and keep moving forward. It's not how hard you get hit, it's how much you can keep moving forward. Rich Eisen is a gentleman and a scholar. What he lacks in hairline, he makes up for in character. He is an incredible, incredible man. I love Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen has told the boys, I will come on your podcast. After saying getting fucked in the ass, and you say come on your podcast, it just feels a little more uncomfortable to me. But we're gonna keep moving. It's all about moving forward. He said he'll come on our podcast. He said he'll sit in this chair, even though there's not an engine on this bus. He is going to come sit down with me and Willie C. Willie C. And we're gonna fucking talk. And then Jack's gonna have a judgment day of if he really earned a Silverado or not. Maybe even an EV. Who knows? So that's actually between me and Will right now, figuring that out. Rich, there's scheduling issues, man. My man runs a daily show, right? He runs a daily show. He does everything under the sun. Rich Eisen is the NFL Network. When you see that beautiful face sitting on there, you know you're in for a good time. That man's facilitating, making sure that whole entire board is doing exactly what they need to do and keep them carrying in the direction they need to go. I have texted him. We have talked on the phone. He said, I'm going to come on. Here's the issue. Scheduling. He tried to come on during camp last year, August 7th, I believe it was. And I've already said this before, but we're just going to keep playing this game. But he was going to Hamptons or something like that. Nice little rich vacation with his family. He said he could stop down after Hall of Fame in Ohio. We'll just say Ohio. In Canton, Ohio, he was literally going to fly down to Nashville, do the podcast, then go back up. I told him, brother, I'm in camp right now. You know how it is, dude. It's hell. I'm in hell right now. There's no way I'm going to be able to make it out. And it was an off day too. So that was on me for Rich not to come on the bus. For a little extra work on Jackie. I'm sorry, brother Britt. At that time and space, your boy was.
Oh no, you're good.
We were working.
No one's to blame here. It's just, you hate seeing someone else live
Yeah.
your dream.
Now, is he zooming in?
No, that's the thing that hurts the most. He was in the New York office, it looked
Fuck
like.
my ass. He's in the new. Well, and it's also New York, right? There's a lot of shit that the NFL. And this is me coming to Rich's side right now and being like, hey, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Oh, a man of his age to have the skin he does.
This is probably pure.
He does. He looks younger than PFT. He does, doesn't he? He looks great. A little gray. I tell you what, every time I see Big Cat, that gray hair gets a lot more. You know, he got 3 kids now, brother. You know how it is? I'm just stoked he's still fertile. Rich is going to come on the bus. He's going to sit on the bus with us in Nashville, Tennessee. It's got to happen that way. Even if I have to tow the bus to LA eventually, I will do that. Rich will come on this. It's a Heartbreak Hotel that he's going to do that PMT. I'm excited for PFT because we're also affiliated with Barstool. I'm excited for the whole brand of Barstool. That's incredible. However, if you came on our podcast instead. But anticipation is usually half the battle, boys. When this podcast happens eventually, when this love child is finally birthed, it is going to be incredible. This is, what day are we on?
343. We are really close to a year.
We're staring down a year right now.
Staring down the barrel of a year.
Oh my word, 343. We might need to do it on the anniversary.
Do you want to? I'm trying to look for a few fan questions. I don't know if you want to answer any or if you want to just go into our segment pieces.
I'm having a. Are you guys having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
I'm having a really good time on this. I do want to touch on the Heat and the Celtics real quick, and then we can go into some fan questions. Right? Poor Dave, because they're down 2-0 right now. 3-0?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about Sweep City.
Yeah.
And I saw an article that came out about the coach getting fired if they get swept. And this is the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yep.
Brother, you can't fire a coach in the Eastern Conference Finals if you get swept. Listen, they have a hot hand right now. They have the power of JP Huffy behind them. Like, that's a fucking big deal to have those guys out there dribbling and shooting shit. I'm not a basketball player. Your boy's got a fucking absolute. I'm wet on the key. You guys, I mean, what was that game we played in Arizona?
7s.
Who won?
The
most.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, bro, this fucking.
I remember I won. I know.
And the knee. I think I won too.
I think you did. I think you
Yeah,
won.
I won. I won the most. And your boy, listen, I just pick up shit and I fucking do it, dude. I'm an athlete. I'm not. This is not about me though. JP had an absolute slaughter fest tweet, and it was so simple, but he literally put the letter L, Presidente, under Dave's tweet that says getting curb stomped, and it's an over a minute video of him just. I'm assuming he's walking through a police station. What's with the red?
He's
What's with
leaving the game, and
Oh.
he's just ranting on
Just
the
ranting.
poor nature of the Celtics right now.
You know, old Dave, a couple of years ago, he'd go and he'd get on his G6 and he'd go fly back to wherever he was going. Unfortunately, that man, he does lead from the front. So he is flying economy. Maybe not leading from the front like I am, that middle seat piece, because, you know, that's what we fucking do, dude, especially on Bussin' with the Boys. We are grit and determination. But this man's got to be hurting big time. Gotta be. And he had a cool thing where he lifted the shirt up and there was a Celtics in 6, wearing a Celtics in 6, took the shirt off, another Celtics in 6. So, I mean, fuck, man. I feel bad for Dave and everybody, because Boston, for the longest time, Boston was like just title town. It was crazy. You had the Pats, you had the Celtics, you had the Bruins. It was just absolute warfare over there too. City's always kind of getting overshadowed by New York a little bit too. Am I right? They'll always get a little overshadowed. I'm not. That's not a shot. I love going to Boston. I love that little history piece you guys got going on there. It's amazing to me. But there's a little bit of an overshadowing when it comes to all that. So it's tough to see Dave go through it, but at the same time, we've seen Hov for the last few months, not few months, let's say the last 4 or 5 weeks, really giving it to the Heat, fucking supporting the hell out of them, talking about the culture, talking about the room, that type of stuff. I was hearing stories about Jimmy Butler, dude, when he was out there fucking contract year, barely show up. They're going to do a little scrimmage. He says, fuck this, I'm playing. They announced team 1. Jimmy says, I don't want to play with those guys. I'm playing with the fucking B League team. And I know disrespect to the boys that are in the B League, but you know what it is, what it is. Guys that weren't going to make the team probably. He ends up fucking throwing up assists, oopie pieces, dude, dropping threes like it's no big deal. Boy ends up getting, right? So fucking shout out him, dude. And also come on our podcast. Come everywhere, dude. Come on our podcast. That'll be outstanding. With that being said, I think it's time for let's do some fan questions. I would love that. I would absolutely love some fan.
There were a couple random ones, nothing too crazy. Here's one. If aliens come to Earth, would you rather them be mechanic or organic? So like a robot style alien or like your traditional glowing green guy?
I'd like to picture myself seeing an alien, long, skinny extremities, maybe a little bit of a gut on them with one of those big ass heads, big black eyes. The whole robot thing, you see Terminator back in what, late 80s, early 90s? Shit's scary. And I think that's a much scarier envision than a squishy looking alien. We know they're real now, right? Like we're aware, like is that 100%? UFOs are real. Extraterrestrials are real. Is that not the craziest fucking thing? That's not bigger news. It's just
I say they like came out and said, yeah, UFOs and aliens are real, and like nobody even batted
no one
an eye at it.
batted an eye.
It was just like, I guess, I don't know if it was during COVID or something, but they just like, yeah, we'll just toss this out there because there's a bunch of other shit going on that's more.
Oh,
important.
you a conspiracy guy right now with that.
I mean, I don't know if that's really a conspiracy.
I mean,
It's just facts.
right. Not every conspiracy is real, but definitely not all of them are wrong.
I do like diving into some conspiracy.
Dude, a good conspiracy talk is always such a fun deal.
Yeah.
Fun deal. Is there a chance that aliens created us? No, I don't want to dip the toe in the religion category, but it does seem like I was working at a Lipscomb Academy one time and we were talking about aliens, and this one kid was sitting there and he goes, "Do you believe in God?" I was like, "Yeah, I believe in God." He goes, "Well, if you believe in God, you can't believe in aliens." And that, for whatever, stuck with me. I have no idea. And it's one of those things you kind of just take that, and it's such a strong, aggressive comment. Like, I dated a girl in high school. Her name was Alex. I can't remember her last name. She died on a heroin overdose. Fell off a cliff. Crazy shit. But I was on the phone with her one time. My buddy Brown Bear, he was hanging out with somebody else so much. I was all sad about it. And I was like, man, I just got to go with the flow. She said to me, "Taylor, don't go with the flow. The flow is for rapists." I don't tell you that because I believe that. I'm just saying that stuck with me so long sitting in my little apartment building in high school. That makes you think. This is one of those phrases where I look at it and go, hey, if you believe in aliens, if you believe in God, you can't believe in aliens. So I wonder what that kid's mind's going through right now. If they're like, hey, aliens are real, like it puts people in a blender, right? I don't know. Had to be. He was of age. He could party. Maybe not. Maybe he could serve our country. I definitely knew that. He could serve our country. But does that throw a wrench in the whole Bible thing? This is a question. Maybe the people of YouTube and Twitter and social media can answer that question for us. But that's a fucking wild deal. That whole thing is just a crazy, crazy thing. So I don't know what you're looking up, Jackie, but if you got something
Yeah,
for everybody.
there's this theory I've seen it before, just like crazy YouTube conspiracies, but it's along the lines of what you're saying, where aliens, if they are our creators, they have us in this kind of like echo chamber that is our universe, and they are watching and studying us and seeing how we progress and evolve as
Simulation.
yeah. But I can't remember what the actual theory is called, but it's fun to dive down those wormholes.
It
I'm not
is
saying
fun.
that I believe, but I'm not saying I don't believe either.
That's the insurance policy you always got to put on these things, because you start talking about it, people are like, this fucking guy,
Yeah.
this fucking guy right here, he's a problem. But if you just say, hey, I really don't know, then it just becomes fun to talk about. It is crazy. Like, think about the pyramids, dude.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
That shit is fucking wild, is it not?
The like how they got those big ass rocks, the coordinates of it, the like all of the other things. It doesn't make sense that people back then could do that to the exact T, where like they didn't have help from outside sources.
Yeah, the only way that would obviously you dive into conspiracy. I love a good conspiracy, and I love digesting it on Instagram. So I get a minute. But these fucking pyramids not only like allegedly are aligned with 3 stars, and because our Earth is rotating 800 miles an hour east at all points, circling around the sun. That's not stationary, by the way. The sun is fucking blasting around the universe right now, and our Earth is just orbiting with it. So we're going like this. We're going like this. How are they always in unison with those stars? Doesn't make sense to me. Sounds like an alien thing. The other thing people talk about is way before we even were able to start keeping track of time, there was an advanced life force that lived here, us. That they're talking about, we're kind of reaching that peak right now where we're like becoming so powerful that we are now going to destroy ourselves. So that's a crazy thought as well. The fact that there was another being like us that was alive, and then something catastrophic happened, whether it was comment or ice age or world war type stuff. But I think they were keeping shit. They had shit filed from the last ice age, right? Before the last ice age. We're talking about crazy fucking in the way past years. We're talking about way out there. So it's a crazy thought, dude. It seems like, and I don't know, Good Vibes Podcast, want to keep it good vibes, but it seems like we're just like going towards something, whether it's another world war, whether it's some sort of AI shit, aliens are showing up. It just seems like we're about to hit a climax in something. And I worry. I just think it's going to happen in our lifetime. I don't know what that thing is going to be, but it seems like our lifetime, we are going to experience something that no other generation has experienced. And it's just a fucking wild thing to think about.
I mean, COVID.
Yeah, COVID was wild, but there's been the plague. There's been, swine flu wasn't that bad, but there's been so many things that have also
Spanish
popped
flu.
up similar.
Spanish flu.
Yeah, the Spanish flu. Like there's also, like, when we go back to conspiracy theories, then right, we don't know if we believe it. We're just talking about it right now. The whole COVID thing and all that with the vaccines. Now there's other, like, we'll call it right-wing propaganda to keep the people at bay here. But like they're saying like the vaccine was manufactured to track people, and then the people are getting a bunch of shit in their veins when they're doing autopsies, and they're pulling out these giant clots out of these people because they were vaccinated. And then where was it made? Okay, it's officially made in the lab, or it came from this animal. And like, it's a crazy thought. Like, was it really as dangerous as people say? Because, this is me digesting small amounts of information at a time, and for whatever reason, retaining it because it just blows my mind that much. But there was a podcast. It might have been Rogan, might have been Jordan Peterson. It might have been one of those guys that we all kind of look and watch. And Andrew Huberman. They were talking about how when people would die back in 2020, remember, we are just talking ball here. There ain't no belief system here. In 2020, when people were fucking going about that whole thing, if someone, and this is dramatic, I think it was Elon Musk, now that I think about it more, when people would get hit by a car and they would die dramatically, but they tested their blood, because you have to do blood work, you have to do autopsies regardless, and they would have COVID, they would label that as a COVID death. And because of that, COVID numbers spiked through the roof. And then also cold and flu essentially went down to 0. And so the numbers were super inflated. I don't know if that's real. I'm literally just saying we're playing conspiracy theory. And I say, I almost said fun conspiracy theory, but there's nothing funny about death and people dying. And there are people that take that super seriously. People still rocking the mask. I'll walk through an airport and I see the person fucking got that thing on there. Do your thing, brother. I'm just trying to get to where I'm going as well. Hopefully I don't get sick on my way there in this little tin can of going fucking 600 miles an hour in the air. Just but it's a fucking wild deal, right? Have you heard any of those conspiracy theories?
I've heard that stuff.
Yeah.
I also just saw something that like COVID just got downgraded to just being a common cold now.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, is that fact? Fauci say that?
That don't come at me.
Right.
I saw.
You know what's tough too is when you have these conversations on a podcast and
Yeah,
the
it's
other
like, is that
three
fact?
individuals on the bus are also being quiet. Kind of like, do we stop?
Are we by ourselves here?
Yeah, are we by ourselves here? Looked over at Garrett a couple times. We lock eyes and he looked down. Like, okay, all right, maybe he doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe I'm gonna press. Japan, go up.
Because they're thinking about downgrading COVID to what like the seasonal flu is considered.
Wasn't completely wrong.
Yeah, I've had COVID 2-3 times. First time I had it, fucking bodied. I got bodied like had to be like probably May or June of 2020. I got fucked up. And I was like walking upstairs, breathing hard as hell. Like, man, this shit's legit. And low-key in February, when that shit was all really starting to go down, I was in California, they like locked the place down. And I was like, low-key like, hey, should we be worried about this? Like, what's the deal? Like, I'm always I'm not necessarily a stats guy, but I'm always like if it happens, we'll deal with it. We just kind of keep moving through life. That's kind of like my personality. But fuck, man, I got bodied the first time. And then when I tested positive, I think it was 2021. We just got back from LA and I tested positive. And I was like perfectly fine. There was not an issue in the world for me. Like there was like a Delta and there's this and that. There's all these different strains at that point, like marijuana, but I didn't know any difference. I thought I was going to miss a game. And the NFL actually changed it that week to where instead of being out for 10 days, you had to be out for 5 days. So I was able to play. But bro, those 5 days not playing at all and then like essentially suiting up 6 days later, like I get to do a walkthrough and went out and played. I don't remember who we played after that, but it was wild. All that being said, let's talk about Duke Cannon, dude. Warmer weather is here and things are heating up for the boys, but guess what? We're not sweating it on the bus, figuratively. Why? Because Duke Cannon has our backs, our pits covered. If you need an upgrade in your grooming routine or restock your favorites, Duke Cannon has everything you need from antiperspirants and deodorants to thick body wash and their big ass brick of soap. Talk about it all the time, dude. The cool dry, especially this time of year, things are really starting to amp up. We're starting to get out of that. I'm going to give spring 5 weeks this time. We've had about 5 weeks of solid spring, a couple of bad weeks in between. But we've had a decent at best spring this year in Nashville, Tennessee. But now as the temperatures start to rise up a little bit, that cool dry makes me feel a whole lot better. I got little AC units coming out of these hairs. It's a nice deal. You can pick up these hardworking products at DukeCannon.com and use code BUSSIN10 for 10% off your order. That description link, dude, I almost told you to scroll down. That shit is fucking pisses me off, man.
It
Pisses
gets us
me off.
every time.
Before we go to another question, I do want to point out I owe Jack McPherson a Rolex, and that is going to happen. That's going to happen. I got a guy down in the Caribbean right there. You know what I'm saying? But I just got to pick up the phone and call him. But we talked about this off camera. I want to talk about it on camera.
Do it.
This is your watch. You're going to have it. I know you love the black one that I had. And that's essentially what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The matte black boy.
Mhm.
So a couple questions for you. I can get 5 or 6 Rolexes sent to my house around the same price. And I can show them to you. And if you like one more than the black one that I had, then we can do that. Now, if you don't, we'll do the same kind of. It's hard for me to do the matte black thing. The guy at King Jeweler, he actually got that done for me. He's got a place in Miami. And he got that whole done, but it was kind of like, he was like, it's going to be tough for me to get it done. Ends up getting it done for me, which is awesome. But going back to the table to ask him, it's a maybe situation.
Yeah, no worries.
So what do you want to do?
That's not like a deal breaker for me where I'm going to, at the end of the day, I'm cool.
Get a Rolex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea of getting some options in so I can see them. I'm not a watch guy, so I don't know. Like one of my boys was like, I think he was like, get the date just or like date something.
Yeah, there's the day date and the day just. That gold one that I have,
Uh-huh.
that's the day date. So essentially it says the day and the date.
Gotcha.
Dude, that gold one I had, and this is inside ball here. That gold one I bought, it was my first like real purchase in the NFL. I got it my rookie year. There was a band called Cobra Starship, and they had a song called Guilty Pleasure. And in that,
Girls Gone Bad.
Yeah, Girls Gone Bad. But Guilty Pleasure came out, and he had a purple jumpsuit and a gold watch. It wasn't even a Rolex, but I saw that when I was like 14. I was like, bro, I want a gold watch someday. That'd be so sick. So I get to the league. I'm like, let me get this piece. The watch that I have is 43, like the measurement size. I don't know how millimeters, 43 millimeter, which is the largest face that Rolex makes. And I'm not a big I don't like big faces. it's just not my bag. But I got the biggest one because Rolexes are relatively small in the face category. I got that watch. It's a gold Oyster Perpetual Day, which is like, that's a top fucking breed. I got that thing for like 32,000. I hate saying that out loud because it feels fucking gross to me to say that, but I bought it for 32,000 my rookie year, like my first year. Now, my first year in the NFL, I spent $60,000 total. So half of that was the fucking watch. I was so scared, dude. When you grow up poor, like you're like, I ain't losing this shit, bro. I need this shit. But I got the watch. That watch is worth more than double now. Isn't that fucking crazy? They stopped making the 43. I can't believe I didn't wear it. It's actually in my bag, sitting somewhere around this warehouse. They stopped making the 43, so like you can't find them anywhere anymore. I got that watch, the original watch. I got it stolen after a Jacksonville Jaguars game at home. My second year, got stolen out of my locker. I know, which is shitty, but it was insured, so I got it back. And then right after I got it back, they stopped making them. So it's a fucking. I love that watch. It's my favorite watch. And I look at other things too, like sometimes I get a wild hair jump on the old Pinterest, and I see like what's it, Petit Felipe, Paddock Felipe. Paddock Philippe, is that how you say it?
Those are expensive watches.
Brother, there was a cool one. They have like an all gold one too. And I like how the face kind of, Rolex will kind of bubble up and then go down. These ones kind of slide off, like kind of goes right into your arm. And it's kind of a cool one. They have a gold one. I forget what it's called, but I think that shit is fire. But I look at it now, I'm like, dude, I've had that other watch for so long. No, it ain't that one. It kind of looks a little more like the band is very similar to the one I have.
Okay. I say investing in a watch like that, it's like, it's not really an expense. It's more of an investment.
Dude, that's what people say all the time, but it's so weird for me to justify.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in my head, I justify that watch as to me, I'm keeping that watch until I lose it or I can pass it down to my kids because I just I love it so much. But it's probably like of all materialistic items that I own, that's about like, it means the most to me. It was like the first big purchase. It like there's some value in there to me. But fuck, man, yeah, the whole investment thing is tough. I know people with like, I got $500,000 in watches, but they've appreciated to 600,000. It's like wild like that. But then like, imagine getting in a pinch so much, you're like, I gotta sell these watches. Like,
That's what I was about to say. Is think about if you have that many watches and you did have to be like, oh shit,
I know.
I gotta get rid of one of these. But yours would be cool because when your kids are older, they'll be like, dude, this is my dad's watch from 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
This is how he got it, why he got it.
Yeah,
those things are cool.
That'll be cool, Talon. Like I'm weird with brands in a lot of ways. Like I'll like Vans. I've been wearing Vans. Like, it was like the first pair of shoes I ever owned, and I've stood on the hill for Vans my whole life. Like, all I wear is Vans. I'll wear some Chuck T's once in a while. But now I'm like moving away from like that category of like just being so suction cup. I used to be like only Ray-Bans. I'll only wear Ray-Bans, and like I went through a period. I think I have like 4 watches and they're all Rolexes. And like one was the one I bought. I got another one, like a leather band one because I thought it looked real nice. And then the other 2 were like gifts. Like Derrick Henry got me one, and then I forget who got me the other, but they're gifts. I have only Rolexes, and I'm like, now I'm in a phase though of 31, turning 32 in a couple months where I'm like, do I fucking need watches? Like what's the deal? Like, I love a nice little timepiece on there, but I got everything I need. I got that Black Boy that I love. I got that little gold piece that I love, and that's like, what else you need, brother? There's some cool ones out there though, but it's weird how phases happen in life, and you kind of just grow out of shit.
Do you actually look at it to see the time?
Yeah, I do. More date, and bro, let me tell you something about Rolexes, bro. They keep
I don't.
I know, but naturally, if I have my watch in my hand right now, and you're like, what time is it? I'd be like,
yeah, exactly.
12:43. What's that? Yeah, Apple Watches are cool.
I tried to wear mine, and I just like go through phases. I don't know. I just don't like shit on my
Right.
on my wrist.
I don't want to. I feel like this is a weird day because I've already given one free shout out, but I'm a big fan of the Whoop. I like a nice Whoop on there too. It doesn't tell time, but it is something that sits on the wrist. That's where it jumbled into my head. But let's hit another question. That was a weird little hole we got into.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. I enjoyed it.
There wasn't too many, honestly, great questions, but we could parlay this into a tier talk. Someone said the best video game consoles. Have we done that before?
I don't know if we have.
I feel like that one is a good one that everyone, if you play video games, which I know most people in here do, has an opinion on. Very strong too. And you could go as old as, Sega Genesis type era all the way up to the PS5 and new Xbox. But I don't know. That's up to the crowd.
Let's do that.
Do it.
Let's do that. Let's take 5. Dial that in. Shouldn't take too long. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after our 5-minute break. We are now going to hit, because Will Compton is not here, we are going to have all the boys in the back of the bus do their tier talk of best video game consoles. We were talking about it before. We did it. We've not done this before. However, who knows, dude? 124 pieces in this, or 224 episodes in, the brain gets a little foggy, right? So if we've done it before, hopefully they stay the same, or maybe our hearts changed a little bit. So let's start off. Who wants to go first back there? All right, Bossy, let's hear it, buddy.
All right, so as far as the best video game consoles, it's mostly going to go off of like titles that I was introduced to and how like nostalgic that was for me. So my tier 3 is going to be the Super Nintendo.
Oh.
And the reason why that console's so like special to me, it's because one, my cousin and I, anytime I'd go to sleep over, he had just got one, and that was the first time I was introduced to like 2-player games. And some of the titles we would play, Killer Instincts was such a great game. It was like a solid fighting game. Madden, that was the first time I was introduced to that title. And then Street Fighter. Those are the 3 games that we would play when I'd go over to his house. The next one's going to be the Nintendo 64, because that was the first time I was introduced to playing 4 players. So now we got to add 2 more people. So that was pretty awesome. And then the games that I would play on that was GoldenEye and then NCAA. I loved playing NCAA on the Nintendo 64. My tier 1 is going to be the PlayStation. Now, I haven't really played the PS5 too much, but I mean, I have played the PS4, and the reason why that one's super like nostalgic for me is that's where we played in Afghanistan, and we played a lot of Call of Duty there, and MLB The Show, and then we also played Madden. So
big sports guy.
Yeah, big sports guy.
Fucking all right. One word.
Bravery.
Strong.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, playing COD in Afghanistan?
That's crazy.
That is electric.
I don't know. What are you doing there, dude? Well, you doing
There's
both
no way
those
you're
things?
not standing up playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we do this. That's why I never really played sports games. Is I was like always playing sports. I'm like, why would I also do this? Like, you're fucking across the pond doing what the game is, and you're like, hey boys, we haven't got enough of this. Let's fucking keep our brain sharp.
Yeah, I mean, the camaraderie that it brought.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There was like, yes, we're out there doing something very similar, but it's like the camaraderie, hooking all the systems together from room to room, just playing on different screens, just the conversations and shit that it led up to really kind of made the outside world feel like not real in that capacity.
It's so unique how ironic it is that you're doing the same thing both in real life and virtual world, but it made it not real.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I guess the only direction to go is either Jack or Mitchie. Let's go.
I can go.
Jack?
I will be giving it an honorable mention, and that is going to the PlayStation 1 Portable. Now, I don't know if you know what console I'm talking about, but it had a flip-up screen. So you didn't need a TV. The console and the screen were built in together. You just plug it into an outlet, and you're ready to rock. SSX Tricky on that. It's really what like got like some of my love of video games started. I was always rolling with Mac. That was my character. But yeah, so honorable mention there. Number 3 is going to be the GameCube. Like I was a big N64 guy, but the GameCube for me like was a little bit more modernized, had like more accessibility and features. A lot of fun games, a lot of good memories playing with my brothers. All the Mario Karts and like Monkey Ball, if you remember that game where you like fly down this ramp, and so that was a good time. The number 2 is modern day, the PS5. I got mine a few months back, and it's just revolutionary what they're doing with technology and the graphics card and how fast you can fucking download a 100-gigabyte game and you're already playing it. So shout out to Sony and that PS5. Love the PS4 too, but didn't make the list. Number 1 for me though, all-time greatest console, the Xbox 360. There's just too many memories I have with whether it's my friends or my brothers. Like I played it in middle school, high school, and college. And so for a console to last the test of time for like a decade plus and still hold up, I've got to give it all the flowers in the world. Probably spent close to a month of my life over the span of 2 years in middle school playing Call of Duty 4. All in the Xbox 360, and I think the Xbox 360 has the best controller still to this day. But that is my list. So.
Solid.
Strong.
Nostalgic.
Damn it. Too solid. All right, G.
All right, so my video game list, the console, tier 3 is going to go Nintendo 64. It's the first console I had. Just a classic. Super Smash Bros. Obvious reasons. Tier 2 is going to do the PlayStation 2. I had that console and played Need for Speed all the time. And then tier 1 is going to be Xbox 360. That is the last console I've owned, and I would agree that it has the most memories for sure.
Right.
Solid.
Gotta be first to get that one. Yeah.
Classics.
Childhood.
Feeling.
All right. My tier 3 is the Xbox One Series X, kind of going along with what Jack said. I'm an Xbox guy compared to a PlayStation guy. So just the graphics and everything and how fast everything is with the new system is just unreal. So that's why it's my tier 3. My tier 2 is the Xbox 360. The amount of time I've put on NCAA 14 just alone on that system is like unreal. The amount of dynasties I've taken, small little college programs, taken them to the promised lands.
No doubt.
And like all the other NCAA games I played on there, and just like being in middle school playing with the boys, whether it's like Call of Duty or whatever. And then my tier 1, the first system I ever had, the PlayStation 2. That's where I got introduced to video games. Like I was playing like the old Maddens. The one memory I have of the PlayStation 2 is I had this NASCAR game with Tony Stewart on the cover. I remember winning a race with Bobby Labonte, running upstairs and then telling my dad that I won a race. Just super stoked about it. And that's kind of where I started my video game like love, I guess.
Fuck yeah.
Solid.
Approved.
Bold.
All right, boys, the time has come for my tier talk. Here's what I'll let you guys know. I said, fuck yeah. Oh. I said, fuck yeah. All right. My honorable mention is going to go to, I believe what's this Xbox? Xbox One? The one right now?
Xbox, Series X.
The newest Xbox.
Yeah,
The reason why it is in my honorable mention and did not make my top 3 is because when I think about video games, there's so much of childhood that comes into play. But I had to mention this one because it introduced me to my favorite person of all time, Arthur Morgan. The greatest man any of us who have played Red Dead Redemption 2 has ever met in our entire life. Truly, I can't say it enough, bawled my fucking eyes out and have literally cried since then about that game. That's how much that game affected my life. Incredible. But just one game. Not a massive gamer right now. You got 2 kids. It's tough for me to really get in the hours. My tier 3 is going to go to the Game Boy Color. Playing Pokemon back in the day, the red and the blue. And then there was the yellow piece when you got Pikachu to start with, dude. And then you go to school, dude. Aztec Elementary. I would go to Aztec Elementary during a recess. And I would get out there and they had these cords that were, I swear to God, 3 inches long. And you would connect and go to these like little centers. And you could trade. And that's the only way you could get Alakazam. There was Kadabra, there was Abra, Kadabra, and then Alakazam. But the only way to get Alakazam was to trade. And so that was always a big one. And getting Abra back in the day too was tough. Because before you'd fight Misty, you go into that green grass. up the bridge and over to the left and down, and his bitch ass would teleport everywhere. So you kind of got to bank him. Hopefully he doesn't get to teleport, and then throw the Pokeball out and then pray to God. So the level of nostalgia with that too, that was like my favorite Pokemon at the time. It's changed a little bit because my daughter's big into Pokemon now. So we've almost got a 151. My tier 2 is going to go to the Xbox 360. You start to think about Halo and all that, dude, and the time spent. Like my Xbox 360 for me was middle school and it was high school, and so it was like fucking just so much fun, dude. You get that going, dude. It fucking get the heart pumping a little bit, and the swords started coming out, and the development of each time. It was just such a great fucking game. Literally, that I think they had Tony Hawk in that also at the 360 level, and they also had, I think, SSX Tricky was also a piece
Yes,
in that.
they did.
Tony Hawk Underground was
Fucking elite, dude. So having the 360, that was big. One thing I want to bring back to the Game Boy, dude. Fucking go to school with a Game Boy in one pocket and a tech deck in the other. You fucking are living, boys. Okay? You want to talk about fucking being a dog out there in the playground, dude. I go out there, throw a pop, shove it, and then trade for my Alakazam, dude. That's a good day spent on the recess. A good fucking day spent on the recess. And my tier 1, I only got phone for this, goes down to the greatest game console that has ever been made of all time, dude. The fucking, no disc, just big ass bricks. The Nintendo 64 was the OG, dude. You had a little issue, blowing that thing a little bit, stab it in there, and the one we have in the back of the bus, you move it way back, maybe tape it, and it goes in there. I played, obviously, all the games growing up. Super Smash Brothers, GoldenEye, Star Fox. You'd play Tony Hawk Pro Skater when that shit and it was like gold too. Like you could see it from across the room. You'd have all your games lined up and you'd see the gold one. You knew what the fuck that one was, dude. And that was a huge feeling. But the ascension for me of Nintendo 64 really came in college. My dorm room at West Quad at the University of Michigan. One of my hallmates, Jack Greenlee, was the greatest Super Smash Brother player I have ever seen in my entire life. We're talking about 3-piece and 3v1, dude. Just smacking us up and down the yard and being a cunt talking about it too. Like he was being an absolute, he let you know how good he was. Recently, the last game that Jack and I played was about 4 years ago, and I dusted his bitch ass. So that makes me the greatest Super Smash Brother player of all time. You guys have seen me on the sticks. You guys have all caught the wrath a little bit. If you look here, see that? That's a dislocated thumb. That thing doesn't have the back and forth it used to. You see that? How hard that is to get that back and forth? Still beating ass on those sticks on the 64. Also a cool controller. You get to see who really plays the game because sometimes I hold it like this. You bitch ass. You got to hold that motherfucker like that. Get that stick rolling. So that is my tier talk.
Classics.
Dub.
Throwbacks.
righteous. But before we get off this topic, I have to give a shout out to the PSP.
Oh,
Yes. It was so
I didn't
ahead
even
of
play
its
it.
time.
Oh,
We need
dude.
it. We
The
need it
PSP
now.
was so ahead of its time. Like I saw when I went and got that backpack, there was a Switch laying in the floorboard, and that's like the modern day PSP. But the PSP was so different. I remember
So good.
I had FIFA Street on there. Like I'm pretty sure we've all played NFL Street. That game was
Street was the
fucking
shit.
yeah. Don't even get me started. But I had a FIFA Street. So much fun. The PSP. I remember playing it for every day of my driver's ed course for a week. Just not paying attention. Like I might pass, I might not, but I'm having a good time. Shout out to that PSP.
They need to bring that back because now you wouldn't have to have all the little tiny
the
discs.
disc. I kind of love the little disc.
Have it popped
though.
out the back
just
and you
love
gotta
the
put it in.
aesthetic of it.
That was a
Right.
great device.
Dude, you brought something up that as a pivot. You had to take a driver's ed class in high school here. Like you have
Yeah.
to take classes
Well,
here.
you didn't have to. If you did, your insurance was lowered by like a substantial amount.
Gotcha.
So my dad was like,
Go do
yeah,
this. Go get
"Go
this shit
do
done.
this." So I went and just played FIFA Street for a week.
And you passed.
Oh yeah, flying colors.
That's outstanding. I failed my not my driving test, but the when you
Permit?
Permit test.
permit test,
failed
the
mine
written
first.
portion. I didn't know the first time you get like 3 wrong, they just kick you out.
Yeah,
That's what happened to me. I got fucking binked 3 times, bro. Had that dumbass little blue book just trying to learn the stuff. Now I'm the best driver out there. You guys have seen the Twitter. You guys have seen how to turn left. We got more coming too because I've thought about a couple other things.
Those
Couple of
videos do well online.
I know it's weird too. I had
One
some
of
guy
them, you had like a few million views on
I had like
Twitter.
5 million views the other day. I was like, what the fuck? But people need to know how to drive, especially in this fucking town, man. Like, get off your phone and turn left. And people are saying, they're like pulling up. This is illegal. Bitch, it ain't illegal. Be smart, pull up. Because you're not just helping you're helping out the person behind you too. He might be able to sneak in there towards the end. So that is another little hack I'm going to give you guys. This might be my shout out, no free shout out. So I might just wait. But before we start shout out, no free shout out, I do want to talk about last night again before I did the scary dream. I was, when you get tagged and shit and you have that own little file on Instagram. Yesterday, I kind of just went on that and I was just scrolling, hit myself a little bit of nostalgia of what's happened in the past year. We've had a fucking crazy going on 6 months now. Like 2023 has been incredible to us. So we can't thank you guys enough for that. And it's just like when you do so much stuff that we're doing right now, my life goes into two folders. It goes into Bussin with the Boys and my family. And it's just like so much to do every single day. You really don't take time to like really enjoy it and love it. But brother, I was on that and just getting tagged, like just seeing myself getting tagged in live shows with photos of people. And I mean, getting cut and then seeing people talk about all that. Like Buck Rising had a little snippet. And then I came across your fucking snippet, dude, of you giving me flowers the day I got cut when I was like, does anybody have questions? It literally brought a tear to my eye last night. It was just like such a fucking nice thing to see. And it was all incredibly positive. And it's been a huge reason for the positive and seeing so many people reach out is because of this podcast. So we can't thank you guys enough for all that. It's been a whirlwind of year, so many ups and downs, but the vibes just stay incredibly high the whole time. And that has to do with all you guys fucking watching every single day. We got a big giveaway coming up. Hopefully a lot of people join in on the giveaway because hopefully if the boy gets bags, we all fucking the tier system, boys. We gotta iron that out. We gotta iron that shit out, but we know what we're doing. So I just want to say I appreciate you. But I did come across one thing, and it's a different podcast. They have like 200 followers. But they tagged me and Will. They tagged me and I don't know if they tagged Will in it, but it's a video of them talking about Bussin with the Boys. And one guy apparently went to school with Will or something. And they're talking, and whoever the guest is, when the guy says, I went to school with Will, the guy was like jumped out of his seat. He was so excited. He's like, you know them? And the guy's like, yeah, Will, just a goofy guy, has fun. Like, and it's really cool to see him on this podcast, like having a fun time and being a great dude. It's called Swim Lessons, I think. I think it's called Swim Lessons. And like, oh yeah, Will's amazing and he's funny and he's this guy and he's that guy. I'm thinking, oh, I got tagged and I might get a couple words said about the boy. So I'm sitting there essentially fishing for my own compliment watching this entire video. So the dude's like, they go back and forth about Will. The majority of the video, yeah, this is them. And it might even be that first clip. But you know what? We should just watch it. We should just watch the video because it takes a hard left turn when it comes to me. It takes a hard left turn. And it's funny, dude, because I watched this video and you literally think to yourself like, oh, I didn't know if people view me like that. But then you start thinking about like Mitch, the first time you came on the bus and I was just like bodying you for Kansas City. And it's like, when I meet people and I already assume they're my friend. So I start treating them like they're my friend. And in my friend group, we chirp each other a bunch and have a good time. But the way this dude perceives me is it's just funny. The way he just kind of like, it's short too, the way he bodies me. Pull that up.
One of the podcasts I've been listening to, and I'm not sure if you're a big podcast guy, but it's called
I'm the only comment on their Instagram.
Will
Compto.
and Taylor
Lewan.
yeah. What do you think of those two? Did you ever come across those two? They're like
I played with Will for 4 years in college, so I've known
Oh
Will
my
forever.
God, are you
See how
serious?
excited he get?
He's a Nebraska guy. So,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, so I know Compton very well.
No
that's
shit.
That's just who he is. That was his penis was who he was in college, and
I forgot he was linebacker for Nebraska.
yeah, exactly. So it's
So-
funny to see how many other people think like he's just a goofy dude that works his balls off.
Yeah. I love every time I would follow him on social media and he'd have the whole comeback season, baby. He signed with the Raiders, then they
There's love and Will. They're
back,
fucking
but
giving this guy
one of those
flowers.
grinders
Big
that
time.
you just love. And I love listening to him and Taylor on that podcast too. I think they're
And
awesome.
how Lewan is on the podcast is exactly person too. Just like he'll talk over you. He's just kind of rude and he's kind of just an asshole. This is who he is. You know that, but like that's who he is.
Yeah.
That's who he is.
The whole team.
Yeah. One of the podcasts I've been listening to.
That's it. And it's like, yo, the Flowers Will guy. They're like, he's just kind of an asshole, talks over people. And I thought to myself, I do fucking talk over people a bunch, but it makes you reflect, dude. I'm like, holy shit, I guess I'm just that dude that just an asshole.
You are that dude. Not an asshole, just you.
Fucking
dude,
him.
bro.
But the balancing act of Jack's video of just fucking loving me up. And then like 3 scrolls later, it's like that one. I'm like, oh, whoa, what a different vibe is, dude. But you know what's consistent, always fucking with you no matter what? And that's Georgia Boot, dude. Georgia Boots are designed for the longest shift and the toughest job. The core of Georgia Boots messaging relies on delivering boots that are so comfortable, that are as comfortable as they are tough. Boots that you can wear from your work to the bar. Blue collar comfort right out of the box. Whether you're working on the front lines, fixing that shelf in your closet, or grilling out back, these Georgias are the best boot for the job. Georgia Boots are designed for rugged, demanding work environments and are built to last, making them ideal for workers in various industries. Georgia Boots are designed with comfort in mind, featuring cushioned soles and supportive technology for all-day comfort. Dude, do me a favor, go to georgiaboot.com and use code Bussin for 20% off. Let me say that one more time. That's georgiaboot.com. So that is comfortable, stylish boots. It's a nice little deal. What a pivot. Thanks for pivoting me in that, dude, because I did get body, but I literally walked up to my wife after I was like, hey, am I an asshole? And she's like, no. She's like, you're confident. I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit, dude. I guess I am an asshole. But you know what, boys? You can only go as far as, listen, the best way to get as far as you can in life is just being yourself. So if I'm an asshole, I will wear that fucking crown with pride and also try to be a little more aware. Like Mitchie, yours sticks out to me the most because Will and I were having a conversation one time and he was like talking about my awareness. He goes, yeah, like from a skill level, if you were on Madden, like your awareness level would be like a 60. I'm like, oh, for real? And he's like, yeah, you got to be aware. Like, when we were going to the fall tour, I think it was fall tour. I think we were going to Michigan and you walked in kind of quiet. And I was like, oh, Jack, what's up, dude? You got to fucking have that energy.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's up, man? Like, well, you're bringing the vibes down, blah, 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 blah. Will's like, see, that's not awareness. Like, if Jack's not in a good mood, you just fucking leave him alone for a little bit. He'll come around. He's on a morning guy. And then he brought up the Mitch thing too. And I was like, damn, bro, I got to have some fucking awareness around here.
Yeah, it was like my first day, like literally on the pod, and you're just like flaming me. And I'm like, oh, I haven't even been here for a week.
I know, not even a week.
And I was like, obviously I was super intimidated because I was a fan before I came on.
Yeah.
So like, I guess it's kind of like my way of like getting, like earning my stripes or whatever. Just
Nah, don't phrase it that way, dude. That was just being an asshole. Or just, you know what, like, it goes back to what I was saying is like, when I meet people, I just treat them like they're already a friend.
Yeah.
And that's, we body bag around here. So, and the whole talking over thing too, it's fuck you guys, dude. I'll do that if I want. But not an asshole, bro. That being said, dude, let's go to Shoutout, No Free Shoutout, and wrap this bitch up, dude. We're rocking in at 2 hours. If you guys have stuck with us this long, God bless you. Fucking God bless you guys for sticking around for this whole thing. I love it to death. Shoutout, No Free Shoutout. Let's, Garrett, you got it in your hands, buddy. Let's see what you got.
My Shoutout, No Free Shoutout this week is going to go to when you're at, it could be dinner at home, at a nice restaurant. But you know when that first bite is just so delicious on a good meal?
Yeah.
It's when that last bite is better than the first. So when you leave the table, you're extremely satisfied.
Yeah.
So my Shoutout, No Free Shoutout goes to when the last bite is better than the first.
That's a good fucking Shoutout, No Free Shoutout. And the thing too about that, here's the downfall on that. If the last bite's better than the first bite, kind of sometimes wish like, man, if there was just a couple more bites in here, you know? But to walk away satisfied, not overly full, don't gorge yourself. That's getting Jack 2023. That's hindsight. And you're fucking working through it. And I love that. I love it. Mitchie, what you got?
trying to figure out which way I want to go. My Shoutout, No Free Shoutout goes to something Garrett and JP and I were talking about last week. And I felt like I was kind of by myself on this one, but it's baby wipes. When you're taking a 2 and you get those baby wipes, they are a lifesaver. Thank you. And I felt like I was by myself and they're like looking at me like I'm a weirdo for that. And I'm like, bro, you're Yeah, and you like sometimes you like have some messy poops, and your butthole gets a little raw.
Messies.
Some messies,
There's some messies in there.
and like your butt gets a little raw. The baby wipes like just let's help that and get rid of that immediately, and they just are a lifesaver. It says like sometimes when we travel, I'm bringing some baby wipes because I need them. So my shout out, no free shout out, goes to baby wipes.
If I'm ever in a predicament on the road, I know who to call.
And I'm here for the boys.
Here's my downfall on the baby wipes, dude. You can't flush those.
Yes, you can. There's
No.
flushable baby wipes.
Yeah, they make them flushable now.
Well, they make them flushable now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then I retract all the negative thoughts I had in my head. Because that's my thought. I was like, you mean you're going to wipe your ass and then throw it in the trash?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
poop
weird.
trash.
The good thing about traveling with them is they're super lightweight, but also like you don't have to. They're super lightweight and compact, but you don't have to worry about that ply one that they have in the airports.
That ply one is a bit of a deal.
My only thing with that was it just leaves the inside of your cheeks a little wet.
A little too wet.
A little too.
You gotta like then get some TP and do the clinch to dry off. You're walking around swishing cheeks.
Literally swishing.
You could finish dry. I've done that too.
Fucking sit there and air it out. I'll tell you what, dude. I'm not.
No. Finish with like whatever they got there.
Yeah. I got one of them toilets in my room that fucking spray your butthole.
Oh.
They fucking sit down, take a Tuesday. I'll be across the house. Y'all been to my house. I'll go across my house into my bedroom and I'll sit on that toilet, take a Tuesday, spray that thing down, and there's literally an air. You press it and the wind takes away everything. You walk up, the toilet seat lifts up on its own, sprays like a fragrance, not a fragrance, but like an anti-smell. Before you even sit down, poops don't smell. Fuck, I don't know what's in that little spray. I sit on the toilet. This toilet seat's warm for me. And then I press the button, sprays my asshole. This thing is like Chris Kyle. That thing snipes my asshole, no problem. I've never had an issue. That thing, it feels good, bro. Yes, it does. It is scary how it feels good.
You're giving me stuff.
But you
for
know,
being
dude, you get
sus.
that ass eaten once in a while. I make you question a couple things too. Come on. Get you a little bit of somebody save me. Hold me from myself. You feeling out there? Get them legs tossed out, dog. You're like, what's gonna happen, bro?
I was gonna go there.
But yeah, dude, get your ass eaten, get you a toilet, sprays your asshole, dude. That's what fucking we're saving up. We're saving up. Yeah. So yeah, dude, good shout out, no free shout out. Now they make them flushable. I'm on the same. I'm with you. I might start bringing them boys around.
Just
I have
literally
had to
flushable.
rash out. I've had to rash out a couple times.
I'm telling you that there's nothing worse than just being rashed up down
Right.
there.
There's two ways that traveling goes to when you get on an airplane. You either get plugged up or you get fucking runny.
Yep.
You get that runny piece, and you're talking about that one ply deal going out. You get to the hotel room, they cut corners. Hotels cut corners. Fucking that shit'll rip on you.
I got to get on the bidet. I've never used one before.
Oh, come
I'm-
over.
I'm scared.
Come over. Use my bidet, dude. Anytime you got shit, text me. Hey, I got a Tuesday. Come on, I'll send you the address.
They make some solid ones that are a little bit more affordable too. So.
Yeah.
You ain't seen mine. Might be affordable. You ain't seen mine, boss.
I don't know, man. This thing sprays a fragrance.
Bro, when I first moved into my house, so those of you listening, me and my wife, we built our house. It took us like 3 years after like plans and all that. When I would bring people over to show them the house for the first time, I'd walk them into the bedroom and I'd be like, "This is," and then we go from the bedroom to the bathroom, and I'd be like, "This is the best part of the house." I'd make people sit on my toilet. I would make them, and the little thing would come back, and go, psst, and then retract back to whatever world it's in, and people would sit down and be like, "It's warm." I'm like, "Yeah, it's warm." And there's like a whole remote on the side. You can turn if you want, or you can pick up the remote and hold it. Play a little game, dude. It has the front splash for the ladies. It has the back splash for the boys and the ladies. It's got the air. It's got everything. And it's got jet fucking, like more power, less power. Because sometimes that shit hurts a little bit. And so I have to turn the power down a little bit, you know? Like I'm not dominatrixing my asshole. But, sometimes you need a little spray. That might be my shout out. I might change my shout out, dude.
You shouted out the bidet already, right?
Shout out the bidet. Did I?
Yeah.
I think my shout out is definitely going towards something that's already been shouted out, but I had it today, so I need to say it again. Go ahead, Bloss.
My shout out, no free shout out, goes to, well, it's definitely getting that time of the day, right? Or that time of the year where it's hot. The sun's always just always shining down. So
Sometimes.
lately
Nashville.
it's been pretty brutal. So my shout out, no free shout out, goes to when you're driving you pull up to a store and you find that tree that's got the shade covering the parking spot, and you don't have to worry about your car just being super hot by the time you get back. So my shout out, no free shout out, is finding that shaded parking spot.
Brother, that's summertime royalty in Arizona, brother. You get that shaded spot, you park all the way across. You might go into a Walmart and be like, I'm gonna take this back seat, take that walk, because I got that 20 degrees less in there.
There's nothing more frustrating than getting in a hot car.
No. And sometimes when it's real hot and you're fucking, maybe your shirt comes up a little bit and it gets you, fuck. A little fucking seatbelt clippy, dude. Snaps you off. That's a good shout out, no free shout out.
Very solid. My shout out goes to my youngest brother, Joey McPherson. He just graduated from the University of Tennessee this weekend.
No balls.
Had a 3.9.
Ooh.
Kid's outstanding. Already accepted a job here in Nashville at Geodis. So kid's on top of it. Doing way better than I was at 22. But one of his friends, not even my brother, but one of his friends had to tell our family while we were down in Knoxville for the graduation. Some of y'all probably saw this on Twitter, but my brother, in a 4-year span, set the record for most intramural wins in Tennessee history.
No shit.
Insane. Like
Talented and humble.
something wins. All sports. He played on 62 different teams in the span of 4 years
My God.
in college. So he is, and what's cool, I saw the list and I saw 2 kids who were in college when I was there. They were like number 7 and like number 4. But yeah, my brother set the all-time record for a 4-year span, most intramural wins. And then on top of that, him graduating college and being super successful in his own right. So shout out to my little bro. Love you, Joey. You're going to fucking kill it in the world. Very stoked for him to be living in Nashville too. So
Tell me this. Is Joey the athlete of the family?
it's tough, man. My family is honestly low-key full of athletes, all of us.
Oh.
My younger brother James, who lives in Hawaii, he was an absolute monster at basketball. Was one of the best kids in the state. My sister was a really, really good volleyball player. Both my parents grew up in athletic backgrounds. So honestly, I'm probably the least athletic of all of them. And I would still consider myself but I would still beat them in literally any sport. Let's not get that wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Any sport.
The worst
Joey,
athlete.
James, Maggie, y'all come to me. I will put you on game. But Joey, just because he's the young, spry, he's 22, full of energy. His testosterone levels are probably through the roof right now.
Bastard.
I'll probably give it to him just for the sake of the shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, also most wins ever in UT history. He's definitely
Greatest
an
athlete to ever
athlete.
come across UT.
Yeah, the intramurals for sure. So
Mitch goes, biggest NARP of all time. Greatest. Did I say biggest? Greatest. Greatest NARP of all time. Okay. That's a legendary stat. How do you keep track of that? Like, is there like a...
in the school, it's like on the intramural website, you have like a list, and then they just have like the top 100 of like revolving kids who over your years you just add up. But the thing I love about my youngest brother is he was not planning on telling anyone that he was holding one of the craziest stats. One of his friends had to tell my dad at like one of these little parties that they're at. My dad's like, "What the hell, Joey?" He's like, "Not that big of a deal."
Just a day in the life.
Literally. And he's
Hell
just
yeah.
so modest and like couldn't care less. So love the kid to death.
That fires me up, dude. That fires me up big time. Listen, my shout out, no free shout out, is going to go to something that we've probably been said 1,000 times on this show, but it happened to me today, and it's such a great feeling. So just stick with me. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do not do is reach for the coffee pot. The reason why is our boy Andrew Huberman, who's a biohacking enthusiast, says you need to wait at least an hour and a half before you have any sip of caffeine so your body can naturally figure out how tired it is and deal with that situation. Don't know the science behind it. I just know he said it. I follow it. That's how I decide to live my life. So my hour and a half goes by, and I'm just dropped my daughter off at school. And now I'm driving to rehab for my knee, and there's a coffee shop right on the side. This is where it kind of full circles goes back to the beginning of this podcast where I 100-pieced the barista before. Get myself the same thing every time. Large, iced latte, iced coffee, no cream, no sugar, none of that bullshit, dude. We're just trying to get the bean juice. And that first sip of coffee shot new life into me. I told you about my scare last night with Ronald McDonald and the teacher. That was a fucking hard deal for me to cover. So I'm a little tired today. And after that hour and a half, getting to have that coffee, fighting for that hour and a half too. I really wanted the coffee bad. Being able to digest some of that and get that whole thing going was a huge win for me. So I know it's ridiculous, but my shout out, no free shout out, is going to go to that first sip of coffee during the day. It's low hanging fruit, but sometimes it needs to be re-recognized.
Can be electric.
Yeah. It's a fucking game changer. Because legit, my first thought was when I woke up from that devastating, not that scary dream, I was like, fuck, dude. I couldn't fall asleep. My thought came to here, sitting on this bus with you guys. Like, I got to have energy for the boys tomorrow. I guess I got to the point of today because that's how late I had to stay up. But like, I was like, fuck, man, I hope I can, keep the juices running. And I'll say it. I think this has been a phenomenal podcast between the five of us today. I've had a great time. Fuck the numbers. If the numbers do well, great. If they don't, that's fine too. But I think the camaraderie in here today was truly incredible. And that's where we have reached the finale of the show. We thank you so much. Please, as always, if you've hung on this long, dude, that's a tier 1 move. Please continue to subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Go to store.barstool.com. Get the merch. Father's Day is coming up. We talked about the macaroni art, but this is going to go a whole lot further, and it's not going to hit your bank account the way you think it might. So, and make sure to order soon because Barstool's fucking shipping is awful. It's just what it is, brother. It's just bad. So make sure you get that in. Yes, G.
If you order by June 8th, it will arrive on time.
If you order by June 8th, it'll arrive on time. What day is Father's Day?
The 18th, I believe.
The 18th. 10 days. That's 10 piece. Right? That's more than a week.
Yeah.
Tough sled on the whole thing. I got so many of my buddies. Zach Bowers, Kenny Proden, Dylan Clausen, Logan Stokes. I owe all these boys merch. And I've been telling them for months I'm going to get them merch. You got to remind me to get them fucking merch.
I hit up one of your boys that was with us in Texas, never got a message back.
Never messaged back? On him then. I think his fucking...
Maybe you put the number wrong in my note.
He was hammered. Yeah, he was. He had a good time though. Fucking falling all around that street. And he went to work the next day. Great determination. Those are the kind of guys I hung out with in high school. I slayed too, Dylan. Slayed. Blonde hair, had a fucking rocket for an arm. He was a quarterback. Well, we've enjoyed this episode with you guys. 224. Thank you so much. As always, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Big hugs and tiny kisses.